Ball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
Boom with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason.
Like, he didn't do an interview. He didn't.
That's what's cool.
He didn't. He just kind of he puked, and then he was like
Walton.
he was like self-aware. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as puke guy.
Yeah, but he is.
But he is.
Yeah.
I have no. And this is not a huge town.
Yeah.
At some point, someone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's Billy. He works over at Pacific Palisades Pool Company or whatever."
Yeah.
Not that.
He joins the list of people that have puked in that arena.
Yeah.
It's at least too long.
Who else? Wait, do I know? Was it me? It wasn't me.
Was it me?
Was it
you ask if it was
no?
you.
Well, because my memory's been goofy lately,
Yeah.
and so sometimes
It's someone on the show.
someone on this show.
Yeah.
When did you puke there?
It was not me.
Chris did. What?
Second event.
The second event at Golden One Center?
Yeah.
Was this a?
I like to say I was probably the first one to throw up at Golden One Center.
He likes to say that.
Was this a beverage related throw up or
Sort of?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I want to think about how far I want to get into this. So there used to be a place on Q Street and it was right next to the train track. So when a train came by, everyone got free shots.
Okay.
Who knew?
And it was train day.
And so my friend and I took them, and it's just the worst liquor
I've
ever
they're like
had.
pouring out the yeah, exactly.
I've ever had in my life, and that kind of ruined me for the day.
So we have some catching up to do. Though you did on the Super Bowl show.
I almost Oh no, I did. I wasn't on the air.
Friend of the show, Pierre Garcon.
Oof.
Is he still a friend of the show?
I mean, I held it together. I was 2 seconds away from puking in front of Pierre Garcon, and then immediately went into the closed bathroom by the NFL experience table and just mashed it. And then it's always good because then I got on a plane an hour and a half later.
That's smart.
I there's no way I'm letting this go. And here's the thing. I also know I'm probably not getting the answer that I require on the air, which is fine. I get it. But what are you wearing and why? I mean, you look great, but what's going on?
Oh, you'll
here?
get an answer.
I can't. You're not. You can't, is this one of those I can't get an answer? Or
I'm going to a funeral.
is that true?
Yeah.
You're not messing with me?
No.
Well, that's no fun. I thought it was like a work thing or something that you couldn't talk about. And I was gonna
job interview.
Yeah, exactly. That's honest to God what I thought. I thought he was having a meeting today or something. Oh well, I'm sorry.
You asked. Yeah, read that one.
Okay. I got a funeral question then. But no, not specific. Take away the reason for attending, because that's very important in the question I'm about to ask. Obviously, funerals are terrible. You're saying goodbye to a loved one. We know that. Take it out. As an event, do you prefer a wedding or a funeral? As an event, let me just a little further explain. Funeral, I feel like they tend to be a little more short. Okay, a little more to the point. You do the thing. And there's no, maybe depending on, if there's like a bunch of speeches, or maybe it's just, throw the dirt on the thing and then, and you're out, right? And I'm not a huge fan of weddings. So now I'm thinking about, would I rather, like, you wouldn't rather go to a funeral, of course, but like event-wise, are you Xing out less time in your day for a funeral than a wedding?
Well, yeah, that's possible.
Are you counting the after party for both?
Like
so like you got a wake versus reception? I feel like wakes are shorter, aren't they? And of course, you're occasionally. I've been to a funeral before where it legit was a party. Like,
I think there's probably just inherently, they're not generally fun or a good. So it's like, hey, it's time to go.
What? Yeah.
So people just leave.
Right.
It's accepted. But it's a wedding. Hey, they haven't done the first dance or the cake or whatever. It's like, well, when do we go?
Are you one of those, when I die, I want it to be like telling jokes and all that, or do you want like, Boys to Men, So Hard to Say Goodbye playing, and like, somber stuff?
I want Boys to Men partying
live.
Wants Mr. Dabalina.
Yes, I want them singing Motown Philly.
Back again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. I mean, I don't know. What do you say? Like, sorry.
Not that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Have fun. No. Take care.
See, like, the bad thing is, like, I will have fun.
Yeah.
Afterwards, because the whole family gets together.
Good.
We're gonna have good times.
Good.
Celebrate.
Good. Food. Hopefully, maybe.
Probably.
Okay.
You don't like weddings?
I'm happy for the people.
I love a good wedding.
I give them presents.
Not a bad wedding.
Give a gift. You what? Say it again.
Chris said he loves a good wedding. I said, how about a bad wedding?
I love a bad best men speech.
I know you do, and that doesn't surprise me. And I hate it. I just want to I want to implode into myself and disappear. I don't like. It's kind of like that with TV shows too. Like, that's part of the reason I think I can only watch so many Curb Your Enthusiasms in a row, because eventually my cringe meter, like, I gotta go take a shower or something. I can't do cringe the whole way through. And I feel like that's one of Chris' favorite things ever.
Yes.
Well, that's why you like the You Gotta Go Away show, or whatever you like. What's the one you get out of here on Netflix? The one you always quote with the guy.
Oh, I think you should leave.
You got to get out of here.
Go away.
Go away.
But that thing is all cringe.
Stinky.
All right. What else? Oh, made fried green tomatoes last night. That was neat.
Okay, weirdo. Party of one.
Failed at making Scotch eggs for the second time in my life, even though I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Couldn't cook the sausage right. That's what I wanted to tell you yesterday. So I am a middle-aged father of two, and for the first time in my life on Saturday, for longer than 10 minutes or playing a demo or whatever. I have a weird relationship with video games. I used to love to play video games, and now I don't have a ton of time to play video games. It just doesn't work out right.
It's the way of your slots.
It gets in the way of my slot machine, exactly, which I can just pull out of my pocket and then go back inside, right? The video game, you have to like go out, turn on the thing, okay.
What
now
an
you're
hassle.
It's a whole production.
It's a
Jason.
process.
So for the first time ever in my life, I've started playing Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
I don't know if I like it or not yet. And it's
Which one?
the 5.
Okay.
Because I read something like Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna, they're gonna debut the trailers. It's like arguably the most successful video game franchise ever. And I know that every time they haven't had a new one out for like 10 years, they just do updates. So this new one, it's going to sell billions of dollars in games, and people lose their minds. And obviously, like 5 minutes into it, and that's the problem. Like when I play video games, that's like a free reign. Kids can come around, hang out. My son will come in sometimes and watch. And I'm like, no, like that is not a like my brother used to let his kids play this one, and that's really where I watched it when they were like 11. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm not joking. Like, look, it's a video game. I get it. No one's like, but I mean, there's everything in there that you think is in there. Like, you're stealing cars. Okay, whatever. You're shooting people. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's Call of Duty. But like the things that they say and the themes and the heavy prostitution and all that, look, it's just, I try not to be some, I'm not, church lady or anything like Dana Carvey, but like, come on. So I don't know. And I feel a little self-conscious being a middle-aged dad playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, maybe that shouldn't, like, maybe that's not what I should be doing. Just
back to the slots.
It might be. Because I'm the king of, like, I'll get a video game and start it, and then it's like,
you won't stop.
No, I won't finish.
Oh.
That's the title. I get bored or whatever, and like I'm about an hour into this game, and all I'm doing is repossessing cars right now. I'm towing cars.
Job.
Yeah, it's a job. I meet up with some of my phone. The virtual phone rings.
How's the pay?
It's fine, except when you realize that, like, to buy the gun I want's like $3,000, and I got paid $200.
Oh, you're paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck, and I live with my mom. Yeah. This character I'm playing.
Man, I'm out of cash.
I live with my mom. The only thing I can do in the house is there's an option to drink the beer on the counter, so I drank it. Nothing happened. And then your virtual phone rings.
Drinking and driving?
Yeah, I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto. I don't promote it. And then, your phone rings and you pick it up and it's like, hey, go repo this car. Or this lady tells me to tow her brother has a drug problem.
That's spam.
And he's not doing his job as a tow truck driver. So he doesn't lose the business. I have to go tow cars for him. It basically, so far it's another job. I log on to this great game and I'm just doing work. What is it
so much fun?
Are kids into this because they haven't hit the workforce yet? And they're like, this is what it'll be like when I get older. I'll answer the phone and it's my buddy and let's go tow a car. Nobody pays attention to traffic laws whatsoever.
Really?
Oh my goodness. You're just driving through red lights. Oh, I accidentally hit a car. Nobody pulls over to.
What happens if you went the speed limit and stopped it everywhere? In this game,
I think the game would actually shut down and kick you out. Like there's nobody pulls over to take each other's insurance information when you crash it. No,
a lot of hit and run.
It's all hit and run. That's what they should call it, hit and run, not Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's the oldest sounding monologue I've ever done. I don't know. Nobody pulls over in Grand Theft Auto, and
so you wouldn't let Mason play it?
No, nope. Call me Sheltery Dan, but no, I'm good on that. So, anyways, I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
On my because it needs to get better here really quick. Right? Yeah. I'm just gonna get.
Or you're losing.
I got like 1 or 2 more sessions. They need to mix it up. If I'm just repoing things by this weekend, I don't need another job.
That's a respectable job.
It's a cash grab. That's a respectable job. Yeah. Take a break. When we come back, let's lead it off. Great night for your Sacramento Kings. We wrapped up Week 10 in the NFL. We got a lot of stuff for you today. Overreaction Tuesday. Sean Salisbury is not with us, or is he? Am I missing it? He's today, isn't he? Yeah. It's probably written down right.
Supposed to be.
He's supposed to be.
Not written in there.
No. Hey, you know what though? It's a surprise for all of us. Sometime in the 9 o'clock hour, Sean should join us and more. Sit back, relax. Leading off.
Let's kick it.
Next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, Your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Straight away, one motion for 3. Oh, his feet on fire. Turn on the sprinklers from the runways. Kevin Huerter is on fire. 14 in the quarter. Kings lead at 92-78. Huerter is now 5 of 6 from downtown.
That was fun.
A lot of fun.
I enjoyed it. This was a game that the Kings were, when we got off the air yesterday, they were 2.5-point underdogs. When it was declared that De'Aaron Fox would, Shams put out this weird update earlier in the day, Shams Charania. And it was like, De'Aaron Fox is going to return tonight versus the Cavs, maybe, or against the Lakers later in the week. But at some point, he'll return. You're like, was that even? Yeah. Was that an update? Or
he's going to return this season?
Yeah, like breaking news. De'Aaron Fox will retire.
Yeah.
I should put that out today. De'Aaron Fox will announce his retirement at some point.
Sure.
We don't know when. And then later in the day, it was clarified. I honestly think, because I got a text from my person and immediately tweeted it. And then when I was scrolling, I saw that like stinking 30 seconds prior, Shams had tweeted, and then somebody else. I feel like there's just like, I feel like a bunch of us talk to the same person.
Probably.
You know, and they put it out on like some mass text, whatever. When it was declared that Fox was going to play, I want to say the line jumped up from Cavs 1.5 to, you saw movement on it in the afternoon, even before Shams' original thing. And again, I went off on betting last week. Please keep in mind, I think betting lines are very useful when trying to determine if a player is going to play or not, because nobody has the sources that gamblers do, that Vegas does. By the end, it was, I think it was Kings by 1.5. So that's a 3-point swing from 4.5-point swing, 4 point from when we got off the air. That's the difference De'Aaron Fox makes just in the betting markets alone. And for good reason, Jason. 28 points on 11 to 20, 4-7 from the line, even with 3 free throw misses. He also had 6 assists, only turned the ball over once with a steal. Just a solid game, in a game that he would have had every right to be a little bit rusty in. He wasn't rusty.
No, he was great. And no, there was no minute restriction. He just came right in. The opening tip, steals that, goes to the basket, misses, tips it right in over a couple of big guys. Like, he just came out aggressive. He was awesome. It's great to have him back.
Through 4 games, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 30.5 points a game.
He's special.
Can you imagine De'Aaron Fox? I mean, I'm asking you, like, can you imagine De'Aaron Fox averaging over 30 points for a season?
I couldn't know. But it's possible. He's
right?
Capable.
Like, it's hard to imagine that for a full season, but like, I feel like if you put some binoculars on and look at the horizon, like it's becoming clear. Like, oh my God, this is a legit, I mean, duh, right? But this is a legit NBA superstar.
Mm-hmm.
MVP chants happening last night.
Yeah.
And I need more clarity, by the way, because I was getting tweets all over the place. Did Scott Moak actually try the Sabonis chance?
I heard something different than I normally heard. I go, wait, because we kind of have PA / crowd mic through our head.
Yeah.
Like, I think I heard it, and I think it was low, but I think I heard it.
That's what I'm.
I heard it from somebody.
Like, was he actually trying to sing it?
Yeah. I
need to know how it was.
This is how I heard it. Whether it was accurate, it was like,
no, what really?
Like low.
Yeah.
But. Because Mo can carry the whole building.
Absolutely.
He didn't do that. But I heard that from somewhere.
We need to help him because I know
he wanted to, it sounded like.
He wants it so bad. We want it so bad. We obviously can't reach all 18,000.
Yeah. But I heard a little bit, like there's a little bit more.
A little bit. Yeah, like it's growing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know this sounds stupid. This should never happen. But I almost feel like there should be a one-time pregame instructional video.
Yeah.
Like, hey, everybody.
With the dot over the
Yes.
Domantas Sabonis.
Yes, like an example, like where Scott Fresh goes, Domantas Sabonis, and then like 8 other Kings employees are over here like chanting it back.
Maybe it was Fresh.
It might have been. Fresh could totally do it.
Yeah.
And I figured out really, where at least the first one, the way they could do it, that I think would actually be perfect is as you're finishing up, Kings head coach Mike Brown, and now taking the jump ball at center court, Montes, and then everybody.
How did you get that idea?
Did you say that? Oh. Well, I feel like that's the way to go.
There was, I think last night where it went nicely for timing wise was he had an and one.
Yes.
And then I think they won the dun, dun,
yes.
And there's time and
right.
you're like, oh yeah, let's get everybody going.
It's what's going to happen. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one really good callback, and it's going to be a permanent fixture. And then that's the best part is if you do it, I think I agree with you, Chris, then they should do it at center court. But then also there will be after that organic times like what you talked about where all they have to do is Sabonis is at the line and they just play the little organ, the ding, 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 and then the crowd will start doing their chant. And have you been watching more, by the way? Have you noticed, which is now a full-on obsession with me, that Moke does change up the tune of his Keegan Murray's throughout the game?
I haven't.
Next home game, some of them are lower, some of them are higher, and the best part is the crowd matches his tune.
Yeah.
Now I'm really like I'm this close to writing a chart down, and it's insane how he'll be like Keegan, and then everybody goes Murray, and then like it's a huge play. He'll be like Keegan, and then Murray. Like they jump up and down, and I don't know if that's on purpose or not by Scott. We'll have to have him on. Okay. That's our only interest in Scott Moke now is the chant of his Keegan Murray's, the tone of his Keegan Murray's, and the Sabonis chant. As far as the game went, we got a lot to talk about, Jason Ross, including 4 players busting 20 points last night.
4
championships.
Yes,
could be on the horizon if we can keep doing that. A lot to talk about. In the meantime, cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
41-yard try for the win. Lutz. He missed it, but a flag is down.
12 men on defense. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Go fourth down.
This ball spotted far hash at the 26, an attempt of 36 yards for the win. Lutz kicks it on the way, and it is good. The Broncos can celebrate because they have come to Buffalo and upset the Bills by a final score of 24-22.
What a Lutz.
God, was that last one the Broncos call? It was, Chris? You just went into Buffalo and won? Kick is up, and it is good.
3 points.
Good. Hey, look, a lot of questions here, but let me throw one at you. Is Sean Payton good?
Yes.
At coaching?
Yes.
Because all of a sudden, the Denver Broncos are knocking on the wild card door, the insane AFC wild card door.
Yeah. It's a big door right now.
It is a really, really large, hefty door right now. The Broncos defense has given up the least amount of points, I think, over the last 4 weeks. And when we think about Denver, we think about that Dolphins game. That defense has shut it down now all of a sudden. He's got that defense clicking. And Russell Wilson looks a heck of a lot more like Russell Wilson this year than he did last year. Oh, by the way, that Cortland Sutton catch, I know you did you see that?
Yeah, no, we were in the media room when it happened.
I love those.
Yeah.
When you think about all the things going on in an NFL game when you're a receiver, and to do all of that and also have the presence of mind to it really is a ballet move.
Yeah.
Where you know exactly the placement of your feet. You're able to tiptoe like that, drag your foot, forget about it. And by the way, Jason Ross, that's another walk-off field goal victory.
Added to the week.
That's number 6 on the week. And the previous record, I think we said, was 3. So week 10 will go down in the books as one of the more exciting, interesting. God, there I go again talking betting. But I do wonder if this was a bad week for bettors or a good week for Vegas, because there was I don't know
a lot
what,
of money changing hands. About
right.
Yeah.
And I got to think the Bills were where a lot of the money was yesterday, not just because they were favored to win, but just I did not have Denver going into Buffalo on Monday Night Football and winning a football game last night.
I didn't either.
And what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with Buffalo?
Woof.
And you're starting to see a lot more people. Like, it hasn't really happened yet, but you're seeing a lot more people that are doing the whole, we need to have a conversation about Josh Allen.
Yeah. Do we?
I don't know. Like, do we? Like, so many people are saying it now. I feel like we actually do, but I don't. What's the conversation?
He's good. He makes some mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want them to bench him, trade him?
Right. What's the deal there?
The quarterback.
Also, Trayvon Diggs, brother of Stephon, sent out on Instagram yesterday. Number 14 needs to get out of there. And of course, number 14 is. Doesn't Stephon Diggs try to leave Buffalo every 17? Yeah. That's like a regular thing, right?
It is.
Like, touchbacks, interceptions, Stephon Diggs grumbling about something, right? It's weird. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I just kind of ignore it. I don't have the energy to deal with it. I might.
You need some energy.
I do need some energy. I need to save some money right now. And, $49 for a tuna. Well, that's saving money, kids. See how I did that? And I sound older just by going, saving money, kids. That's right. I played Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm young and hip. Because all young people say hip. Carmichael Dave here to talk to you about American Energy and when we're rolling up. Listen, your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new system easy with their online quoting tool. I've told you about this before. Right now, you can get them out to your house for $49 for a furnace tune-up and safety inspection. Do that today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks, extend the life of your furnace, save on your energy bills, and this is not a sales call. They're just coming out to do what they said they're coming out to do. You can schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Serving Sacramento since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau. Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com for more information, or again, give them a call at 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Let's take a break. When we come back, hey kids, we have a Kings win to talk to you about. We have audio of their victory over Cleveland coming up next.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season?
Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995?
Join us throughout the season to hear all the games and all the analysis on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Red Hawk Resort Casino is the best place to go all in and all out. Go all in at our table games, then go all out to win on the area's only 3-story indoor kart track. Or go all in for our famous award-winning buffet. Then go all out at our state-of-the-art 18-lane bowling center. And now with a world-class sports bar and beautiful resort hotel, you can go all in for fun and all out for comfort. We're Red Hawk Resort Casino, official casino partner of the Sacramento Kings.
It's the season of performance event at Acura of Stockton. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Lease a new Acura RDX or MDX. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton or AcuraofStockton.com, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton & Price in your corner. When you call Ashton & Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. At Sac Sewer, it's our first priority. Whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night, at 916-875-6730. Sac Sewer. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Most people know that the term birdie in golf refers to a score of 1 under par, but where did the term originate? According to Scottish Golf History website, it comes from the early 20th century American slang term bird, which meant anything excellent. While a 1911 edition of Maclean magazine described a golf shot as bird straight down the course about 215 yards, the country club in Atlantic City lays claim to the first use of the word birdie. In 1898, A.B. Smith was playing the par 4 second hole when his second shot went within inches of the hole. That was a bird of a shot, he said, and claimed he should get double money if he scored 1 under par. He did indeed hold his putt, and the group thereafter referred to such a score as a birdie. In 1913, acclaimed writer Bernard Darwin wrote in the September issue of Country Life of his visit to America. He explained that it takes a day or two for the English onlooker to understand that a birdie is a hole done in a stroke under par. And now you know. That's Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Michael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
Say, speaking of,
Domantas Sabonis at the left elbow. Gets to the low paint. 2 defenders there. Doesn't make any difference. He powered his way through the 2 defenders. Has double-figure scoring. He's got 11 of Sacramento's 20, and the Kings are back on top by 1. Sabonis now drops to Vezenkov. Sasha steps back, launches the 3, and hits nothing but twice. 23-21.
De'Aaron Fox is back. More Vezenkov.
Vezenkov has it. He gives to Fox. Fox into the front court, throws a bullet, low post. Vezenkov scores, and the Kings have a double-digit lead at 33-23.
It was on fire last night. I think the slump, I don't want to jinx it. The slump is officially over. Kevin Huerter's on fire.
Back to Huerter. 4 on the clock. Step back 3. Kevin Huerter score the triple. Kings are now 8 of 14 from downtown. The red-hot shooting continues for Sacramento. The lead, considering how well they're shooting, is only 8 points at 59-51.
Kings held a lead pretty much for the entire game. Cleveland came back at one point, got a small lead, but the Kings would then go on a nice run. Again, Kevin Huerter, just great defense from Keegan, great bucket from Kevin.
Mitchell now working on the left angle. Great defense from Keegan. Forces him into a tough shot that's an air ball long. Great defense on the part of Keegan Murray. Transition. Huerter going for 4 for 4. He's got the triple. Kings have the biggest lead. Huerter feeling it, coming off the season high 28 in the victory over the Thunder, has 11 of his 14 in this quarter.
All right, one more. I mentioned Kevin Huerter was on fire.
Dumps it out to Huerter straight away. One motion for 3. Oh, is he on fire? Turn on the sprinklers. Foam the runways. Kevin.
Oh, sorry, G-Man. Didn't mean to cut you off there. We'll finish up the Thunder. The Cavs looking to cut it maybe just to 10 or less. They're starting to sneak in a little bit as time was waning in the fourth quarter. And like superstars do, De'Aaron Fox stepped up and said, nuh-uh.
126-115. Kings lead it by 11. Fox drives inside. Score the basket. Man, defenders were falling like bowling pins there. And De'Aaron Fox, great body control, Henry. He was able to square up and get that one down. That was a classic version of fourth quarter Fox.
Yeah, there you go. Jason, this was my favorite win of the season.
Okay.
I loved Utah. Utah was fun. This is my favorite win of the season. This was, and strangely enough, and I think Katie might have referenced it on the broadcast with Mark. One of them did. That last year it was also Cleveland that was kind of a launching pad. I think they said they went on that 7-game win streak as part of that.
Yeah, they're like 19-0 run to end the game or whatever it was.
Shut them
right?
down, 19-0, 19-2, whatever
crazy.
it was. Yeah, it was, and I think that was the first time, and that was in Cleveland, I believe, right? And that was the first time where it went, oh, we might have something here. Kings are 5-4 by percentage points. They're in first place in the Pacific Division. Not that matters, but it's always fun to look at. And this is 2 solid wins against 2 solid teams in a row. And against the Cavs, I won't say it was men amongst boys, but the Kings looked like the dominant elite team that, kind of slapped away a road-weary Cleveland Cavs team.
Yeah, and it hit me last night because, they win, they sweep the homestand, everybody's feeling good, and they played well. I mean, they really did. And it was a week ago.
Yeah.
The Rockets.
Yeah.
And it was awful. They had lost 2 in a row, or 3 in a row, but 2 just awful games.
Yes.
And that's how quick things can change. I mean, they weren't pretty all 3 wins. The Blazer game, they kind of had to grind through.
Yes.
I thought the Thunder game was pretty good. And then this one last night was even better. You get Fox back. That's encouraging. I mean, they've played 9 games, and they've missed their star for 5 of them.
Yeah. And yet they're above 500.
And they're above 500 in a very difficult West. They've done one thing we've asked them to do so far is be better at home. They won 4 in a row, I believe, at home. Lost the first one, the opener to the Warriors. But other than that, they've won at home. And they've even had shooting slumps already. I mean, they're going to go through more of this. They've done – the other thing we were talking about last night post-game, Dave, so far it's 9 games in. They've had a game where they've basically benched McGee. They've benched Vezenkov. They've now benched Davion Mitchell. Colby Jones, I guess, is still kind of not fully in the rotation. But, I mean, guys that you kind of expect to be playing, Coach Brown has opted to play hot guys. They've started Keon Ellis. I mean, they've done some – it's only 9 games in, and they've done a lot of different things already. And I wouldn't say they've made it all the way through that, but to kind of navigate through that and be 5-4 with some ups and downs already is pretty good.
I think it's pretty impressive. And it's also a fantastic job coaching. We really need to spotlight that. The activity in the passing lanes, and you look at the final scoring, okay, well, great defense.
It was.
They gave up 120 points, but it doesn't matter if you give up 120 when you score 132 or if you score 121. What they're showing is, I think, their defensive communication, their rotations, them being active in the passing lanes, them fighting through screens or switching with a quickness. It is marked how many fewer open shots these opponents are getting. And also, and I know there's no way to quantify this, but doesn't it seem like the teams the Kings are playing as of late are going deeper into the shot clock? I feel this way. Now, I don't know how to quantify that. And of course, depends on the offense of the other team and how quick they are with the shot. But it feels like the Kings there's this palpable notice of how many times during the course of a game you hear an announcer say, or you just notice that the other team is down to the final 5 seconds of the shot clock. I don't remember that being as much last year. It just seems like they have a renewed focus on this defense, and almost like they went through some hard times like we talked about, and now they're starting to really believe that they can be at least an above average defensive team.
Yeah, and I think Coach Brown's continuing to push that, and he knows that's going to be long-term success. They have to be better defensively.
Well, Coach Brown last night, his 400th win, and he got the defensive player of the game crown. So that would be the DCOG, defensive coach of the game.
He was player.
Yeah. Oh, he's player last night. Well, he didn't want it, but apparently he's lost the locker room. Here's what he had to say.
Mike, first off, congrats on 400.
Thank you.
I heard that you got the crown this evening.
It should have gone to Keegan.
Should have gone to Keegan.
But nobody in the locker room listens to me.
Has Mike Brown lost the locker room, Jason?
He said it. I mean, they got to go from the coach's mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. Here he is.
Winning 400, looking back on that. Just
Hey. Not till I say. He won 400 and rightfully was humble and da-da-da-da-da. Here's some here's a little bit of Mike Brown's comments post-game.
Winning 400, looking back on that, just from your coaching career, just what does a milestone like that mean to you?
Man, I just, you feel all of the emotions, fortunate, blessed, lucky. You go back to my time in Cleveland with Dan Gilbert, and, you thank him and his family just for an opportunity. You thank all the players, LeBron, Sajunas Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao, Daniel Gibson, Eric Snow. I mean, I can go on and on and on. even in LA, the Bus family giving me an opportunity. The late Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher, Matt Barnes. I mean, I can go on and on there too. Just the opportunity. Cleveland again with Dan Gilbert. Here, obviously, being a partner with Vivek, it's been a short run so far, but it's been a fantastic run. He's just a quality human being, and he's passionate about Sacramento. He's passionate about the Kings, and so to be able to be in this with him and current players, Foxy, Tomas, Keegan, Kevin, HB, Malik, on down the line, you feel blessed, lucky, fortunate to be around quality people and people that, obviously play at a high level, perform at a high level, and are good people too. And, you're able to be a part of it. And with me being the head coach, I get the recognition, but it has a lot to do with all the people that are around me.
Mike Brown, 400. And obviously, I don't know if you took this or not, but obviously his favorite place he's coached is Sacramento.
Yeah, he said it indirectly.
I think he said it with his eyes.
Yeah, it's going to remind me of Adelman. When Adelman, I think, won 500, and then it felt like about a half a season. Obviously, it was more, but then boom, there's win number 600. Like he can go through this pretty quickly if things keep going the way they're going.
Well, there's a little sneak preview into 3 for Madness. We're going to talk about Coach Mike Brown and Coach Rick Adelman. And could Mike Brown be better than Coach Adelman? We got some numbers for you as well. When we get back, though, let's hit the NFL real quick. The Broncos beat the Bills. Some NFL wrap-ups. Don't forget to 7:44 Overreaction Tuesday, as well as Sean Salisbury in the 9 a.m. hour. But we're back with another walk-off, the 6th of the weekend, right here on Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said, I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Does your dog leave frowny piles of poo around the yard? Did you know that a solid poo is one of the best indicators of your dog's gut health? Supreme Source Super Premium Dog Food is made with organic super seaweed and other powerful antioxidants, supporting a healthy digestive system. Real protein is always the first ingredient, plus a blend of essential vitamins and minerals to help support your dog's overall health and well-being. Do their digestion a solid, literally. Find Supreme Source Premium Dog Food at Safeway, Save Mart, and Smart & Final, or a local grocery store near you. It's the first ever Elk Grove Kia Frozen Turkey Bowling Extravaganza on November 18th, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's right, a frozen turkey becomes the bowling ball, and 10 liquid-filled plastic beverage bottles are your pins. It's not just bowling, it's an adventure. Knock down those pins. Each pin has a number attached to it, which means your skills can lead you to awesome prizes. And guess what? Each person gets 2 rolls, so you can aim for perfection. Now, how can you be part of this amazing event? Simple. Register at Elk Grove Kia for one of the 8 coveted spots through a raffle. But hurry, the registration deadline is November 17th, 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp. And here's the best part. No purchase is necessary. That's right. It's all about the fun and games. So make your way to Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall today for a chance to win a spot at the inaugural Elk Grove Kia Turkey Bowl. Rules and regulations at elkgrovekia.com.
Elk Grove Kia.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave letting you know Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room and primetime football location is back. Cap Casino giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Check it out. Capital Casino. And as always, please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on your local sports leader,
Sactown Sports.
Remember the other night where you came in? Was it Monday or was it last week? I forget. Where you came in and you'd gotten a ton of sleep.
Yes.
And you felt,
last week someday.
Yeah. And you felt super.
Well, I say a ton of sleep.
Well, compared to normal.
Yeah. Compared to a game like last night. Yeah.
And you felt like super tired.
Yeah, I was just groggy that day.
I took a way too long nap yesterday.
Which is how long?
Like 2+ hours.
Yeah. It's like a mini sleep.
It really is. And it jacked me up all day. And then
I think it needs to be like 30 to maybe 90.
30 to 90. I think an hour is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
And then last night, I'm just tossing and turning. I look over, clock's at like 11:15. And then like I fell asleep. And then I finally fall asleep. And then at exactly 12:06, I know this because I looked at the clock. Gus stepped on my junk. Yeah, he got down from the bed and then he hopped up and I think he mistimed his jump. So imagine sleeping and then a Frenchie just drops a paw right on your, schmackle.
Yeah.
And then,
fear.
Now I'm awake.
He kicked
me right in the dingle. Yeah, exactly. And then, getting up at 3:30. So, but my point is this, I actually feel rested and
good.
It's going to hit later.
Yeah.
Going to be another nappy.
All right.
Yeah, I woke up at about 3, couldn't go back to sleep, but I feel pretty good.
I have a theory about you, Chris. I was thinking about this the other day before we get into the Denver Buffalo highlights. So when you used to fill in randomly on the show with Jay.
Yes.
Okay. I did not like it. I was not a fan. Here's why. Because I've known Chris, I've worked with Chris longer than anybody.
Yeah.
But I made the mistake of thinking that you just didn't really like the show that much.
Don't make him answer that.
Because Chris would, and maybe he still does, right. But the thing is that Chris would be just kind of quiet and sullen. Not sullen, that's wrong. I'm sorry. You didn't have like a bad attitude. You just quiet, and then when you'd open the mic, sometimes there would be nowhere to go with it, right? And then now you're wonderful behind the. I love everything you're doing. And I realize when you're in this mode every day, and people listening right now can totally agree with this. When you're used to being a morning person, but it's been, I started doing mornings, 11 years ago. Used to it now. You're pretty used to it now. You've been doing it long enough.
Yeah.
This is not a natural time to function as a human, much less function as a human in an entertainment capacity. So I don't think, in retrospect, Chris was shirking responsibilities or being quiet and sullen. I think Chris was just like, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Yeah. I'm super tired. I don't want to be here at all. I had to get up at 3:30 in the stinking morning. I go to bed sometimes at 3:30 in the stinking morning. So I get it now. It just been so long. I lost track of how difficult it is to go from a normal human schedule to, oh my God, this is early.
Yeah. And I'm thinking I'm getting used to it. It's still one of those moments where you wake up at 3:45.
Right.
Like, what is happening right now?
It's not natural.
But it's a weird thing. Like, you guys get this now as like when you wake up and you see what time it is and it's like 1:20.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I get like 2 more hours.
Exactly.
It's the
great
best feeling.
Yeah.
The worst feeling, again, my clock goes off at 3:30. The worst feeling is when I wake up, it's like 2:50. I'm like, all right, I know I get 40 more minutes, but I got to go back to sleep. And am I thinking about? And then there's just sometimes you get like, I've had it before, and it pisses me off all day when I wake up at like 3:10 and I can't, and I'm just like, I'm up.
Yeah.
Screw it. And it's just 20 minutes.
Right.
But the whole rest of the day, you're thinking that's 20 minutes gone, baby.
Yeah.
Anyways, we appreciate the moral of that whole thing is we appreciate all of you joining us this early.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
We realize how early it is, and we hope we at least can make you laugh or inform you at some point with our silly dumb show. Denver, on the other hand, boy, nobody has made more turnovers in the last few years than Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills were turnover machines last night. Here's just one of them.
The inside receiver comes in motion. Allen takes the snap, looks right, throws the ball middle of the field through the hands and intercepted. Through the hands of a receiver and intercepted, and that is Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons with his 30th career interception.
Yeah, that was tough on Allen. I mean, he put some sauce on that to Gabe Davis, and went right through his hands. There was the pick. They end up getting a touchdown. Buffalo does. They go for 2. Dalton Kincaid, though, with the catch.
Here's Allen in the shotgun, 12 on the play clock. Cook back in the game. Allen back to pass, looking down the right sideline to Kincaid, wide open for the touchdown.
That's a Buffalo call.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good call. It's a good Buffalo call. Then Josh Allen got back to work.
So Allen in an empty backfield set. Denver rushes 3. Allen sets and throws. Ball will be picked on the sideline. Denver's got it. The Broncos have it, and that is a big play by Fabian Moreau.
Mm-hmm. Bottom line is everything gets set up. It's 21-19. I think Buffalo, Denver driving, and they get in a position, and Will Lutz misses the field goal, but
41-yard try for the win. Lutz, he missed it, but a flag is down.
12 men on defense. 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Go fourth down.
After all the miscues too, they had some missed extra points, some botched 2 points. Like, they were a mess special teams wise.
They were an absolute mess. And by the way, and here's the thing, credit to Sean Payton at the end there. Buffalo had 12 men on the field, but part of the reason they had 12 men on the field is Payton's rushing on his special teams. Like, it's just little tiny coaching things like that. No offense to Nathaniel Hackett, but that's a difference right there. And when you think about it, that play in itself, that won Denver the game.
Yeah.
Let's miss the kick.
Right, but then you get another shot.
But then you get another shot, and it's tiny things like that, but that's a Sean Payton victory.
Yeah.
He deserves as much credit as Will Lutz and Russell Wilson for that win. That's coaching.
Yeah, that emotional roller coaster the fans had to be in there in Buffalo, where you have the drive to go ahead, then you think you're in trouble, you get a missed field goal, you're going nuts. Wait, the penalty's on us?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Well, he'll miss again. He doesn't miss again. We just lost. We're in trouble.
YouTube and Twitter have brought us reaction videos, and there are some great ones out there of both Bills fans and Broncos fans going through all of that.
Yeah.
Just going through it, dude. Russell Wilson talked about the culture of the Broncos changing.
Coach Payton has done a great job of, changing this culture and really impacting us as players. The whole coaching staff has been amazing. We're in this thing together. We're battling together. We're fighting together, and we believe in us. And I know Broncos country believes in us too.
That's right. Broncos country believes in us. Meanwhile, on the other end, the other Sean McDermott talked a little bit about Josh Allen's play recently.
I think he's played well at times, and then at times he hasn't. And you can't turn the ball over. So, we've got to figure that out.
Texting with Sean Salisbury right now. He's got a work thing. They called a meeting at 10 a.m. So we're going to move Sean. You were right. You were right on the rundown.
Yeah.
You
Not today?
Not today.
Oh, well,
yeah,
there you go.
Look at you. You see that? You
inadvertently.
You knew it. Are you a psychic?
Yes.
Are you? Yeah. By the way, Dana Carvey.
What number am I thinking?
What number do you think? What number is he thinking?
I'm going to write it down.
Going to write it down.
Yep.
Okay. Christopher Laud.
7.
I almost wrote that. I really did. I should have.
He wrote 9.
I switched it. In my mind, I meant it's 7, but then I wrote 9.
That's too easy. But like 7, you're thinking that's too easy. Dana Carvey retweeted the first skit he was ever in yesterday on Saturday Night Live. It was also Phil Hartman's first skit. It was also Jan Hooks' first skit. It was 3 people their first skit. And I don't know. You're an SNL honk. I don't know if you remember this far, but it was a game show, and Dana Carvey was a psychic. And he kept answering the questions before Phil would ask. And then he kept answering. And then finally he says, Meteor. And that wasn't the answer. And he's kind of tripping out like, dude, it's Meteor. Anyways, next question. Dana Carvey's guy goes, Meteor. And nope. And Jan Hooks is now caught up. She takes the lead. It's the final question. And then she goes to answer it. Giant meteor lands on her face and she dies, and Dana Carvey wins. You imagine all 3 of those first skit ever?
Good bit.
Give me that rookie card, by the way. So anyways, the Broncos wrap up week 10. What a week 10 it was too.
It was, and I don't know that we felt that way going in as far as the matchups.
Yeah,
but man, the results were great. All the walk-offs.
Yeah, all the walk-offs. The Niners.
Yeah. I mean, like this week has Eagles.
Eagles. It's bookended. What's the other one on Thursday night?
It's Ravens, Bengals.
Yeah, is it Ravens Bengals
or Ravens?
No, it's Ravens somebody. Let me see here.
Yeah, it's Ravens Bengals.
Yeah, you're right. Bengals at Ravens on Thursday night.
We're like 2 weeks ago had Chiefs Dolphins in Germany. There was a bunch of really good matchups. Cowboys, and the games were good, but this was better.
The unstoppable Raiders going into Miami. Speaking of the Dolphins, right? Good luck there. We'll take a break when we come back. Your first place, Sacramento Kings, and why average might be a good thing for Sacramento. We'll explain next.
Has Monty put together a roster that can help make a deep playoff run this season?
Just trying to give coach options, give him guys that can help us win in a variety of areas. Obviously, our top guys are going to play every game, but there's going to be other times, whether it's injuries, matchups, we've got to have, some variety on the bench for coach to point to and say, go in there and help us win.
Tune into every Kings game this season
on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. It's a new era in entertainment. Experience legendary performers like never before. All new and all incredible. This is the venue. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money.
with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
It's Carmichael Day with a Fire Wings announcement. The Floor and Road location now serves pizza, and oh my goodness, it's so good. Don't forget the Wings Day Wednesday lineup, 88-cent wings every Wednesday. You got 21 delicious flavors to choose from in the perfect fast casual eating establishment for the entire family. Save time and order online. Go to firewings.com or download the app. Find a location near you. Order online and earn rewards. Fire Wings. Just wing it.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Don't forget 745 Jiffy Lube Drive the game. You get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. It wasn't this three ball.
With the left elbow, back to Keegan. He'll fire from the right wing. And nothing but net. Oh, that's pure as the driven snow in the Arctic. 56-46, 10-point Sacramento lead. Cavs back quickly.
Keegan Murray with a jumper.
Here's the second free throw from Fox. Bounces 3 times. Out. No good. Grabbed by Keegan. Step back to beat the buzzer. They get 2 points anyhow. Thanks to Keegan Murray's alert play off the missed free throw by Fox.
What's more, Keegan Murray?
114-97 on the scoreboard. Keon to the corner. Keegan's open. Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I heard it.
You notice that?
Yeah.
That was decidedly lower in pitch. What are you doing, Scott Moe? Why are you messing with me? Actually, I don't even care. You can do it in Morse code as long as the shots are falling. The shots were falling last night. Jason Ross.
Isn't that fun?
It was really fun.
Yeah. And I was a little worried at half just because, the Keys were playing really well. And I go, gosh, they're shooting over 60%. This is the kind of game where I could picture us even like a day like today going, how do you lose a game like that? You shot so well. What happened in the second half? Well, I kept it going.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until, doing some of the numbers during the broadcast. The season high shooting game was 47%. They didn't even shot 50% yet. Not once. And until the very end, they dropped below 60. They're at 59.
59.
But, they were over 60 for most of the game. And the fact that this team that shot over 50% almost all the time last year hadn't done it once.
No,
that surprised me.
Yeah, it was quite strange. I don't understand it. It is what it is. Last night, I will say this, big surprise. When The shots are falling, especially at home. It's just more fun, Jason.
Yes, exactly.
It's just, darn it, it's just more fun. And when you look at the Kings, when you pull out, with the Kings, you look at their points per game. They're 14th. They're 14th out of 30 teams. Safe to say that's pretty close to.
What's the top right now by chance? I know you
the tops for the season, 126. Your Indiana Pacers, led by Tyrese Halliburton. When it comes to assists per game, the Sacramento Kings are 9th. And I think that's something, I know they're also right there at the top, if not at the top, when it comes to passes.
Yeah.
Per game, that they just really are showing kind of they have slipped. I mean, air quotes, slipped offensively. But when you also look at points they've given up to the opponent, they're pretty much right in the middle too, just below.
That's an improvement though.
That is absolutely an improvement. I'm looking here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, they're at 20.
Okay.
So that is an improvement from last year. And I think overall combined, but you can tell they're kind of cocooning right now. They're going through a transition.
Yeah, you mentioned 126 is the high in the league. I know we've got these numbers a little bit later on just games with De'Aaron Fox, but the 5 without him, they're averaging 102. The 4 with them, they're averaging 127. I mean, a 25-point difference with De'Aaron Fox. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Usually they'll be a little bit better with De'Aaron.
No, it's ridiculous.
That's significant.
When you look at, for you nerds out there, the Kings are dead middle in offense. They're 15th in offensive rating. But Jason, when you go to rating, they're 17th in defensive rating.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. They're number 7 in assist ratio. They have the second place guy in Domantas Sabonis in rebounds, who is on pace there to finish as good, if not, or almost. He led the league last year. We'll see if Jokic can keep up this pace. It's the thing that kind of surprises me is that when you look at pace, when you looked at pace last year, the Kings were 7th. Now that's not right. Hold on. When you looked at pace last year, the Kings were 12th. I'm just nerding out here. Yeah, you'd think it would be higher. Kings are 25th in the NBA in pace this year. That number actually kind of surprised me. They're just this is a different, when you dive into the stats, it's a bit of a different looking team so far. And I think, considering, Jason, that Mike Brown, Jordy Fernandez, and the staff so far this year have put an elevated emphasis on defense. They have gotten into Kevin Huerter's head, and we'll talk about him in a second. They've really yanked playing time in and out for some guys. And as you mentioned, De'Aaron Fox has missed half the season.
Right.
For them to be at these numbers and be, most important number is they're a game above 500. I think that's really, really impressive, especially considering some of the teams they've played.
Yeah, I think, honestly, if we told you, we could have done this before the start of the season, so the Kings will play 9 games. 5 of them will be without Fox.
Yep.
They'll have some pretty significant shooting struggles. Bench different guys. There's no way you're painting a picture of 5 and 4.
No.
So, and maybe in that time you're probably going, well, maybe they got one or both the Houston games.
Yeah.
They
got one of the Houston games. They're 6-3.
Right. But I want to see him after. Well, tomorrow the next game will be 10, but 20 games, assuming Fox plays those next 11. It just a larger sample size with Fox. I really want to see these numbers.
We'll talk about it at 7:27, and I'm not done being nervous about this team, but I was nervous against Oklahoma City. I thought OKC would win that game based on their previous 3. They did not. They obviously, the Kings won that game. And last night, tough matchup. For Sacramento, they won. There is no doubt, though, this upcoming road trip is a bit of a bear for them.
It's just it's the road, right?
It's the road.
And they're all over the place.
Yes.
I mean, it starts in LA, ends in Minnesota, but there's Dallas and New Orleans. And but an opportunity here. A lot of Western Conference teams, but I agree with you on the matchup yesterday with two good guards for Cleveland and a really good interior. But I thought Sabonis was awesome. He bully balled those two guys, and I didn't know that he would do that, but he did.
Really, me neither. The fact that they were able to. Did you bring your score sheet from last night? No. I'm curious as to what the points in the paint were. I'll look that.
Oh yeah.
But I did not think Sabonis would be able to manhandle Allen Mobley like that, but he did. He's a moose.
He is
just a big moose.
Yeah.
And by the way, I mean, coming up in 3 in the key, I don't think I saw him get hit in the face last night.
I think.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get? I think he did. A shot to the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he did.
Maybe I was missing that part. Here's De'Aaron Fox on his return.
De'Aaron, what do you see from Keegan defensively matched up against Donovan Mitchell, and just what do you see from him on that end?
I think he was great. Just trying to be disruptive. I think he's moving so much better than he did when he first got into the league, and I think he could be an outstanding defender. I mean, he's 6'8", he's long. Obviously, he can already shoot the ball. He can already do things offensively. So for us, if he can be that type of guy defensively, that's huge for us. And holding a guy like that to 7 for 21 from the field, you have to tip your hat off to what Keegan did tonight. And obviously, it's still a team effort. You can't stop Donovan, with one guy. But I think he did a hell of a job tonight.
I think that's so important because, David, look, what do we say in the summer? The guy that can make the jump is Keegan. And I know I was guilty of it. I was thinking offensively.
Yeah.
And be more aggressive. He's just been a shooter. Be a guy that takes the ball to the basket. They've asked him to guard Steph Curry. He held Curry to 21 that game. He was so good on Donovan Mitchell last night, and I didn't think that would be part of his game in year 2. He's really growing defensively.
15.7 boards, 2 assists. And that's on 39% from the field. So there's room to grow there, obviously. But here's a question. We're not 10 games into the season. Is Keegan Murray the best defender in the starting lineup right now?
I still think it's Fox.
Okay.
But I think the fact that you're asking is amazing.
So let me adjust that question. I agree with you.
But it's not.
But here's my thing. De'Aaron, obviously a lot better this year, and you can't, we're trying to not count the injury against him. But in the minutes they've played this year, do you think Fox is consistent? I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of it either. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. But I think like last night I heard before they wanted to put height on.
Yeah.
Like I think De'Aaron could have guarded Donovan Mitchell. I don't know what the result would have been. I mean, Donovan Mitchell can score on anybody. He scored on Keegan, but
yes.
They wanted height on him. And I think to have that option is nice. And I think that's one. Look, they couldn't stop Curry. They tried different things. The last time they played, they tried height on him. And I'm not saying they've got it figured out, but that was a better result that the Kings had. And I think Keegan's been a big part of it. But I'm glad that, the fact that you can even ask the question and it's not absurd, I think is telling.
And then just to finish out this thought, I got to tell you, man, we've talked about crazy players to cover, and no pun intended, crazy players, but just players that are like DeMarcus Cousins. Like you could go every angle with him. There's guys that are that way because of maybe their attitude plus talent. Then there's guys that on the floor, you don't want to miss what they're doing. I got to be honest, Harrison Barnes might be top 5 most difficult guy to cover from our point of view than of any Sacramento King ever. I don't know how to. I don't want to just look at the number. You can't just look at points for Harrison Barnes. But I look at last night's game, 22 minutes. He was 2 of 4. He had 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and he had 4 points. And he had 4 points against Oklahoma City in the win. He had 12 against Portland in the win. He had 3 against Houston in the loss. I don't know if I'm sitting here and then if the rest of the team was here and not just defending their guy, and they were like, yeah, dude, you're not seeing the defense he's doing. You're not seeing the leadership he has out there. But on the surface, it looks like Harrison Barnes is a ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's just a ton more beneath the surface that we're missing. I don't want to kill him for no reason.
Right.
But surface numbers, it's like, what, Harrison?
Yeah.
Where you at, dude?
Well, I think the other part, too, is when you have 4 guys score 20, it's hard for someone else to get stats. Doesn't mean he couldn't have contributed more. And the other thing, too, that Mike Brown's not overplaying him. Like, I think he played 6 minutes in the second half against OKC and about 6 to 8 minutes. Yeah. Like, if Sasha's going or Monk or someone, he's going to play the other guys. So I think Barnes makes sense to start, keep it going. I mean, that's why you have averages. I just wish Barnes wouldn't do 33-3.
Right.
I wish he would live in that 12 to 16 range.
Right.
And I guess that's where his average is closer to, but that number would fit probably a lot of people better, but that's kind of where he is right now.
3 out of his last 4 games, Harrison Barnes has played in mid to low 20s when it comes to minutes. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness brought to you by Fire Wings, a Kings version of 3 for Madness. Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox, and impressions on a non-top 6 King. I'll explain that coming up next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL?
Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and Sactownsports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael. Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions,
3 answers.
It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, coming up next, let's look at the upcoming road trip for the Kings. And it is one.
It's a road trip?
6 games.
What do they do out there?
Well, they're going to have 2.5 days in New Orleans. I'm jealous. And they're hitting San Antonio, so you got Puffy tacos in San Antonio.
Did you ask Monty if you could go on that portion of the trip, just the New Orleans portion?
Where they could send the plane out here?
Yeah.
Grab me.
What's wrong with that?
He wasn't a fan.
Really?
I did actually.
Will Monty get a puffy vest made out of tacos?
Ooh. The puffy vest. I wonder if Monty's even on this trip, because this trip goes over. Look at
I'm
you.
channeling my Monty today.
You know what? This is almost.
If you cut the sleeve, rip the sleeves off,
then this would be a puffy vest. Did I see him the other day too? And again, this might have been the Portland one. Didn't he have like a light blue? Yeah, but it was like
it was the OKC. It was the day of the blue jerseys.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, he's fitting the jersey scheme.
Again, they got to start marketing the Monty McNair Kings logoed vests.
Yeah.
People will buy them.
Invest in the Kings.
Look at you. All this brought to you by Fire Wings. 21 different flavors to choose from. Fire Wings, hey, just wing it. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
What does Mike Brown need to do to pass Adelman for all-time Kings coaches?
Okay, so Rick Adelman, and understandably so, is a Mount Rushmore of Kings people, period, end of statement. He is, I couldn't say untouchable, but he's the end all be all. With all the crappy years the Kings have had, never under 500 was Rick Adelman.
Right.
When you look at his coaching record here overall in Sacramento, he won 63.3% of his games, which is just insane. Jason, however, I will tell you this: in year 1, you remember that was the strike year. He was 27-23. That's a .540 winning percentage. The following year, he was 44-38. That was a 53.7% winning percentage. Just for funsies. Mike Brown in his first year, a .585. And so far, even this year, just one game over 500, small sample size, .556. Mike Brown's winning percentage so far, .592. That doesn't catch Adelman overall.
Right.
But I can say this so far, by percentage, His first 2 years are going better than Rick's first 2 years.
Yeah, to surpass him, my answer would be the quick one is a championship soon.
Of course.
Then it's number one. But this is year 39 in Sacramento for the Kings. There have been 9 winning seasons. Rick Adelman had all 8 until last year's Mike Brown year.
Insane.
So those are the 2 guys that have done it. And Mike Brown's done it once, and he's great. But Adelman did it 8 in a row. So it's either, if he doesn't win a championship, it's longevity and winning and winning and winning and winning. If not, I mean, he could fast track it with a championship. Then say, that's the dude.
Yeah, like if Mike Brown wins a championship this year or next year, it's like, okay, that's the guy.
Absolutely.
But I do wonder, like, if Mike Brown makes the Western Conference Finals and loses this year, I don't think he's gotten there this year.
No, but that's a huge leap. That's pretty
Totally.
quick. Yeah.
Now, but the where it gets interesting is if Mike Brown, let's say, makes the Western Conference Finals this year and makes the finals next year, but doesn't win a championship, but now you're in year 4, then we can start having the conversation.
Yeah, but you know the way it works. So, I mean, I love this conversation, just thinking the Kings doing that. But what if year 4, then they're 34-win teams?
Fire.
Wait, yeah. Well,
you fired.
I mean, crazier things have happened.
What?
Yes.
No. Here?
Well, I don't know.
No.
That's crazy talk.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the fact that we're even having this conversation,
good conversation,
is fun. Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Is Fox a legit MVP candidate?
All right. So the devil's in the details here. Yes, because an MVP candidate, I consider somebody in the top 10, top 7, somewhere in there, and I think he is a candidate to finish there. Do I think De'Aaron Fox can win the MVP just at least this year? I think even Jokic fatigue, like he and Jokic and Embiid have kind of such a lock on it right now. De'Aaron would have to average like above 30 or right around 30, and the Kings would have to like win the Western Conference. Like it would have to be something like that. But I do think that I think his ceiling this year is a top 5 MVP.
Yeah, he gets on the list of, well, obviously Embiid's been there, and now Jokic and then Giannis. Those are the 3 that have been kind of controlling it. Curry's always in the mix. I would say Tatum, they're really trying to push on there. Luka. But so what could De'Aaron do that stood out? Like if he had another clutch award, they won a ton. He averaged 30 and was good defensively. That's probably the roadmap. But boy, it would be really tough. But I think he is a candidate. It's just, where does he fall in line? And there's so many other, statistical guys out there that maybe do a second stat, whether it's rebounding or assist. That De'Aaron's good at those other stats, but he's not going to be a double-double guy consistently that, I don't know, people just get enamored with.
There's somebody listening right now. It's like, yeah, bring that MVP back to America. Europe's had it for way too long, by the way.
It is the world championship.
It is the world championship. I'm looking at a Fox versus Jason Tatum comparison here. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Let me figure out a way to make it look better for Fox all the way around. I gotta massage some numbers here. Number 3.
Question 3.
Which non-top 6 King were you most impressed with last night?
Okay, so I wrote this. What? Just to clarify, I mean the starting 5, and I consider Malik Monk the 6th man, obviously. So when we're talking about who's the most impressive King last night, you're picking somebody in the starting lineup. But I wanted to look at who was not one of those 6 that we normally talk about that I was really, really impressed with. And there's a couple I could throw out there. I'm going to say Sasha Vezenkov, I think, had his best game as a King. 11 points, a couple of boards, did not turn the ball over once. And I don't know if this makes sense. He didn't seem as lost on rotations as he normally does out there. Yeah. And I don't mean that as a backhanded compliment either. I mean, I think he rotated really, really well and did some things other than shoot the basketball that really helped contribute to the win.
I think we have seen people for far too long come from another country and play here and just assume, figure it out.
Right.
I mean, honestly, Dave, you and I are asked to go do a show in Europe. We know how to do a radio show.
Right.
But it's just weird That's weird to do the profession that you know how to do, but you're in another country. Just so many adjustments. And look, he can shoot. There's no doubt about that. But just playing with different teammates, getting settled into a different country, and I don't know. There's a lot going on, and so I think it's going to take him even longer. But he's figuring it out, and I agree. He had a really nice game.
I think he did. I think, and I don't know that anybody really had a terrible game yesterday either. Comparing De'Aaron Fox to Jason Tatum this year, by the way, I found it. De'Aaron Fox is leading him in points, assists, steals, and blocks. The only thing Jason Tatum has him on is rebounds.
MVP.
And field goal percentage and 3-point percentage and free throw percentage and BPM and VORP and all the nerd stuff. Tatum has him on the left side.
What's VORP?
Value over replacement player.
What's BPM?
Box plus minus.
Dork.
I know it's a whole thing. Just but I'm smiling when I look at De'Aaron Fox, and I'm smiling when I look at the year he's having. I'm not frowning like the piles of poop in my backyard Gus used to be dropping. Stinky. Yeah. Hey, it's Carmichael, Dave. Here to talk to you about dog poop. Yeah, we're at that point. But it happens. If you own a dog, they're going to soil your yard. Let them soil the yard in a healthy way. What's like that book, Everybody Poops, So Do Doggies. And a solid poop is one of the best indicators of your dog's health in the gut. You know, we take all this time with our puppy spa days and getting them little handkerchiefs and or handkerchiefs and their nails clipped and all that stuff, make them smell good. You know, makes us feel good to have our dogs look and smell good. But what's going on the inside? Because that's more important than your dog smelling like coconuts or whatever you do. That's where Supreme Source, super premium dog food, bark, bark. That's where it's important. Made with organic seaweed for easy digestion, powerful antioxidants, superfoods that help support healthy digestion and intestinal health. It's easy to find. Safeway, Smart, Vinyl, Save Mart, Winco. Learn more at SupremeSourcePet.com and get your doggy food that supports healthy digestion, that helps maintain intestinal health, boosts their immune system, and helps them live longer. Let's be honest. Don't you want your dog to live longer? Come on, what kind of a pet owner are you? That's not pressure sales right there. Don't you want your dog to live longer? Buy the food. I got no shame in my game. 6 recipes, 3 sizes. They're all interchangeable, the recipes, that is. So you have to worry about, the sprinklers going on just because you're switching up the food. Supreme Source, super premium dog food, bark, bark. Find out more at SupremeSourcePet.com. Do more for your doggy's tummy than rub it. We'll look at the upcoming road trip for the Sacramento Kings next.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday forecast may start out with a few showers. Not expecting a whole lot of rain with the morning commute, but a chance for showers is there. By the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
You know what time it is. It's time to trade up to a brand new Kia at Folsom Lake Kia. Trade up to the newest technology with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Imagine it's the final game of the season, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C are making a comeback. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave.
He's got very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
You know, in just 15 minutes, Jiffy Lube Drive the Game Time.
Yes.
So you were listening to the G-Man last night. Why wouldn't you? Get ready. You get a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Yes, you could.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
Somebody just at the text line, 1-800-920-1140. I appreciate these as always. From the 916. Give me the bean, boys, and free my soul. They're going to get lost in the pick and roll and hit the tray. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is that Whitey?
Could be.
I liked your singing of it too, by the way.
Thank
I compliment you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you do your best. It's not easy.
Did they give you a clue of what the song was to, or you just did that?
No, just no.
You knew that for sure.
Yeah, the Free My Soul.
No,
that's a respectable job.
Yeah.
That's what was his name? I know that Uncle Cracker did a remake of it. Kid Rock's buddy, Dobie Gillis. No, Dobie Gray. You're right, not Dobie Gillis. Wait, was he
Dobie
on
Gillis?
Gilligan?
Was TV character.
Wait, was he Gilligan?
It was Gilligan.
It was Dobie Gillis
before Gilligan, right?
Wait, was Dobie Gillis the actual Gilligan?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean Gilligan before Gilligan?
I mean, it was Dobie Gillis. That was the first character he played. Then he became Gilligan. Does that make sense?
Oh, I thought I was
the
saying
order.
was that Gilligan's real life name? Was Dobie Gillis an actual?
No, Dobie Gillis
Son
was the
of a-
character that
This
Bob
cannot
Denver.
be a real name. Dobie Gillis.
Dobie Gillis.
Bob Denver, right?
Yeah, Bob Denver. You're right. Okay.
It was Gilligan.
Oh, Dobie Gillis was is Scooby Doo based on Dobie Gillis? I'll read that later.
Of course you will.
Of course I will. The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, played by Dwayne Hickman. Okay, I'm confused now. Apparently, Dobie Gillis was a sitcom that lasted 4 seasons, starting in 1959. Never seen it.
Yeah.
But Bob Denver was in there.
But you knew the name. You had recall there.
Knew the name there. Absolutely.
Like Tom Maley.
Yes, Gilligan in the later years did look like Tom Maley. Bob Denver passing in 2005.
Wow.
That's 18 years ago. Seems like it wasn't that long ago.
Right.
We lost R.I.P.
Yes.
Bob Denver.
It's just a 3-hour tour.
Also, Arkansas football has had a pretty bad season. Thanks to Pat Still for this story to share with you. They're currently 3-7 and last in the SEC West. They got blown out by Auburn last weekend, 48-10. So, during halftime, you're trying to figure it out, do your thing. Well, it turns out that there's video circulating online that shows players gathered around a TV in the locker room at halftime, but they're not looking at game film. They're catching the afternoon showing of the Polar Express on TBS.
Dork.
Arkansas was down 27-3 at that point.
Tom Hanks did a great job in that movie.
I think I'm going to finally, I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
And I probably should watch it this
Don't
winter.
they say he looks really creepy in it?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks does?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to watch it. That being said, how many times have we come in here to do our jobs and like Charmed is on.
Charmed
TV.
is always on TNT
because you watch the TNT games, and then it's still on the next day. Well, just because Polar Express was on TBS doesn't necessarily mean maybe they're, turning it on and all gathering around with popcorn to watch. Seems like it's. I don't think Arkansas was down 27-3 to Auburn because the kids were watching Polar Express. That's my thought. It might have to do with coaching and talent. I could be wrong.
Maybe that was the name of a play. Let's run Polar Express.
Let's run the Polar Express.
Yeah.
That'd be like you got the tush push, the brotherly shove, and the Polar Express.
Exactly.
Polar Express also sounds like something you'd find in the Urban Dictionary. Now that I think about it.
Meaning what?
I'll be thinking about that one reading the Dobie Gillis thing.
4 people line up.
A what?
4 people line up, and you end with Merry Christmas.
Touchdown.
Speaking of national television, the Sacramento Kings, if my numbers are correct, they will be on national TV. They were on NBA TV last night. Which
they were?
Yeah, we don't count that, but they were on NBA TV.
The next 2 games are on.
The next 2 games are on, and not just any old national TV, ESPN.
Now, we know it's the Kings are playing, but are they showing that because it's the Lakers and or Victor Wembanyama the next game?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's fine. The Kings are there.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Though. Well, you know what? They have to watch us.
That's right.
You got to watch us. So
do you think people watching the Kings just like have kind of like an idea of the Kings when they're watching them and they're on the road? They're a little upset that they don't get to see the beam.
Like you're saying, so like, is Bill in Nebraska who doesn't watch a lot of Kings, and then they roll on ESPN, and he knows about the Kings barely, but he knows the beam.
Yes.
And then when you watch them and they're on the road, you don't get to see the beam.
You don't
lit.
get them to like hit the button and everything.
Yeah,
like that,
I could see that. Although, if ESPN did their jobs, they should cover. At least show the beam lighting after any of those wins.
Yeah, and now that they are on national TV more, I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of them should be the home games. It's a great atmosphere for the
totally
league.
agree.
Like right now, I saw it the other night. Houston won whatever their 6th in a row. And they showed do they even know? Do they care? There's no noise in there for Houston. Every Kings game's got great energy.
Well, they get better a little later in the year, Jason, but these next 2, LA and San Antonio, are on the road. Then they come home, TNT, their first game back, Golden State, which
they play
I'm
Warriors?
excited about this. Yeah, how long has it been?
It's been about 4 days.
Yes, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's a home game, bunch of NBA TV games, then at Golden State for the next TNT game, January 25th. Isn't that like, come on?
Yeah.
That's like 5 times. They're cheating somehow. Yeah. At Phoenix for the next TNT game, at Clippers for the next ESPN game, and then Lakers at home, March 13th, ESPN. Dallas at home, TNT, March 26th. Clippers at home, April 2nd.
There you go.
New Orleans at home, April 11th.
Okay.
So they're making it up on the back end.
ESPN.
But I will say this, Jason. I'm going to skip all the way through this road trip and just look at something I just noticed. Their first game back after a 6-game road trip is a cup game at home versus Golden State again. I don't like it.
I don't either.
I don't like it. I think I don't have this number in front of me, but I think since 2000. Now, remember, you got a couple of good Sacramento Kings teams in there. I want to say since 2000, the Kings, after a 5-game road trip or more in their first home game back, are something like 2-103.
Very unofficial, but I think you're right.
Very unofficial, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
They just suck their first game back.
And that's a cup game, like you said. They've got 2 cup games on this road trip.
Rigged. Can I just say this? I think, I'm trying to think how high I would go here. I think I would trade 4 losses for that win against Golden State.
Really?
Yes, I think 4 is the max.
What if the alternative to that
Yeah.
was the only losses this year for the Kings were to the Warriors and the Rockets? The only ones.
So they only lost like what? Like
7, 8 games?
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. You could go even worse. Like they lose all the remaining games to the Warriors and Lakers and Clippers.
Does that mean they're out of the cup?
Yeah, likely. Well, no, doesn't have to be. No. It'd be 3-1 in the cup.
I'm just saying, I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I can't handle any more home. Like, if they lose to the Warriors in San Francisco, I fine. I can't handle another. They can't sweep us here. I can't do it. I can't handle that. I can't handle stupid Warrior fan going once and Warriors.
Do you think Coach Brown should do like they do in baseball and send De'Aaron Fox home early so that he's ready for
Doesn't play in the 6th game of the trip.
Yes.
That's a cup game, though. Isn't it? In Minnesota?
Is that a cup game?
Yeah, it should
too?
be.
Well, hold on. I thought the Golden State game was another.
It is. They've got
2 in a row?
Yeah, because it's only Tuesdays and Fridays, right?
Oh, because Friday is at Minnesota and Tuesday is Golden State. Remember a few weeks?
Are they off Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long
That's
off.
better.
That's good. And then the Spurs game on Friday is.
But here's the thing, dude, and you know this. Okay, so they're off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's awesome. So
Thanksgiving in Minnesota. What fun.
They play at 5:00 Friday. So they're
Double, folks.
They're not off Friday because they're going to get back sometime late Friday night.
Yeah.
And they're off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But you know how it works. Saturday's going to be like the whole family's waiting. And then they have Thanksgiving because they were on the road for it. And then the family's still there and everyone's all fat and happy. And then they finally start leaving Monday night and they got to like mow the lawn because they've been gone for weeks.
They're all mowing the
lawn.
lawn.
It's your turn on dishes. Hey, take the baby.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like we all deal with when we're gone for 2 weeks on a road trip to NBA cities.
Sure.
Playing basketball with our $1 million paychecks. Call of Duty.
Grand Theft Auto.
And then you're going to come back and play Golden State and you're going to have turkey belly. You know, Uncle Dan's still at home and you're thinking about that. And then, and here's a future. Remember how I told you Dana Carvey did the skit where he was a sidekick? All right, I'm going to try out that character right now. Oh, and the Kings just seem to be short on a few of their jumpers tonight. Oh, the Kings miss another free throw off the front rim. It's like clockwork. I would think seriously about taking 0-6 on the road trip, 0-5 on the road trip if it meant that we won that cup game against Golden State.
No.
All right. Well, I'll think about it during the break. I don't like it.
I don't either.
When we come back, let's overreact, Jason Ross.
Let's
NFL
do it.
Week 10 is wrapped up. It's Overreaction Tuesday. Don't forget. Well, yeah, you could say so. Yeah. And then we'll be back top of the hour to Coach Brown win number 400. A lot of Kings, a lot of football today. Overreaction Tuesday next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf.
It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa
on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I always approach the holidays with a sense of excitement and a time to be with family. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with Golf to Go. From the time I was a youngster, the family table was always filled with a gathering of grandparents, uncles, aunts, brothers, and sisters. It was that way at my Noni's home, especially at my mother's home, and today at my own home around my Naturewood dining table. The order of the day is stories, the sweet sound of children laughing. Thanks for all the blessings we each enjoy, and of course, food. Always lots of food. Home is always adorned with special trimmings which remind of past gatherings, good times shared, and relatives that have passed on. Family-owned Naturewood Home Furnishings recognizes the significance of the holidays, and buyers pay special attention to find the distinctive pieces of furniture that you'll love for its individuality today and treasure for memories you'll have tomorrow. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Gobble, gobble, folks. It's that time of year again when the leaves fall, and so do the prices at Elk Grove Kia. We're bringing you Thanksgiving early with deals that'll make your wallet say thanks. This fall, our lot is stuffed with the latest Kia models, and we've carved out incredible savings. Get your hands on a brand new Kia with Elk Grove Kia's award-winning reliability and service you can trust, unlike your auntie's dodgy broccoli casserole. Don't wait until the turkey's on the table. Come to Elk Grove Kia and feast on the best deals this fall. And don't worry if you have challenged credit. Our finance team has over 100 years of experience. They may or may not have even helped a pilgrim or two get qualified. So hurry on down to Elk Grove Kia, where the prices are falling faster than Uncle Bob falls asleep in front of the football game at Thanksgiving. It's the Thanksgiving sale going on now at Elk Grove Kia, located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com. Elk Grove Kia, where the only thing bigger than our savings is our gratitude for our amazing customers.
Elk Grove Kia. The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. The Carmichael Day Show with Jason Ross.
Jiffy Lube drive the game right now. 1-800-920-1140. What was the Jiffy Lube drive of the game? G-Man shouted it out. Call in. It's real simple. No tricks here. First caller that gets it right wins a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube.
Mm-hmm. But you got to call in
You got to call in to win. I mean, it's really that simple. Just call in, win, you're good to go.
Yeah. Tell everybody at work or your friends that you won.
Okay. In the meantime, with more Kings talk, specifically Coach Mike Brown coming up next. Also today, Jason, I don't know if you know this or not, at 9 a.m., we're going to do our top and bottom fives.
Yeah. Did the Niners make it? In our Niners at 9.
Did the Niners make it? But in the meantime, over 4,300, 4,200 yards each of the last 3 years. Here's the thing. Josh Allen throws picks. It's a fact. But Josh Allen not only also throws touchdowns, but he also rushes the ball well, too. I think it's one of the things that unless you're either an NFL honk or you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you don't realize that Josh Allen's like top 3 rushing quarterback in the NFL. He's not just like, oh, he can move his feet. Like 762 yards and 7 touchdowns last year, 763 and 6 the year before, 8 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. The guy has had averages like 8 touchdowns a year rushing in his career. Mm-hmm. That's huge. That's running back numbers. I don't think we need to have a real conversation about Josh Allen. So I do think that's an overreaction. But Jason, I do think that whether it's moving on from Sean McDermott or bringing in a new offensive coordinator, somebody needs to sit him down and say, dude, you got to chill. And they need to rein his chance taking. Yeah. It's a little Favrean, if you will, but he's not as prolific yet as Brett Favre. That's
not at all. Right. And so that's the risk that they run, the way he plays.
Yeah. Reaction over reaction. Jason Ross, after last weekend and with everything set as it is right now, the San Francisco 49ers are the best team in football.
I don't think it's an overreaction. The reason I say that is we've seen what potentially their ceiling is. And so I know the caveat would be, well, when they're not healthy or if they're not healthy, I think that's the only way you can measure a team. So imagine them at their best. Who's played better than the 49ers at their best? I don't think we've seen it. Philly's good. Kansas City's good. Miami's good. There's a lot of good teams. Baltimore. Sure. But if you tell me the Niners are playing their best game, I don't think anybody beats them.
I agree with you.
I don't think anybody beats them.
I also don't. I have not decided yet if this is good over Reaction Tuesday music. I'm still working on it.
How about this one? The Monday night game with the Chiefs and the Eagles is a Super Bowl preview.
You know, people in the know are calling it the Cheagles game.
They are. Better than the Eafs.
Or they're playing Dallas. No, not there. Okay. No, that's an overreaction because I think the Niners will be in the Super Bowl. And on top of that, I'm not sold on the Chiefs making the Super Bowl.
Wow.
I'm not going to bet against them. It's the Chuck Liddell rule. Until somebody beats them, they're the champs. And it's fun. They always seem to peak at the right time. So, of course, I think that if I had to bet, I'd say the Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl. But I think we're going to see a Chiefs. I still hold out. Stroud because he's new and he's interesting and they scheme, or CJ Stroud's going to adjust more to the NFL and settle in? And have we even seen the best of CJ Stroud yet? Well, I think we did. The game he threw for like 5 touchdowns and 500 yards is probably the best of CJ Stroud, but consistently.
How about this overreaction? Bill Belichick is coaching his final year in the NFL.
I think that is I believe that. In the NFL. Oh, overreaction. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say the Patriots.
Someone else would hire him?
I absolutely think somebody else would hire him. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't completely discount the idea of not only somebody else hiring him, but let's just put it this way. Somebody else hiring him and Bill Belichick, if he wanted to, being able to walk across the street and play a slot machine.
No.
You're telling me if the Patriots move on.
They just got burned by the Patriot way.
They got burned by son of the Patriot way. You have a chance.
Son of a Patriot way is not good.
You're telling me you think it's I won't say impossible, but you think it's unlikely that the Patriots move on from Bill Belichick and the bowl cut isn't going to be able to resist bringing Bill to Vegas?
Overreaction.
Chris says. Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. Bill Belichick, coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
You did hear it here first.
You heard it here
last.
I'm going to pin that tweet too.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got a couple more, but we're running out of time here. Let's see. Reaction over reaction. The Miami Dolphins are currently 1.5 games ahead of the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. The Bills have yet to have their bye week. Miami will run the table the rest of the year on being in first place. In other words, they have a 1.5 game lead. They will not give it up. They are your AFC East champions.
That's not an overreaction.
No?
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you
get A-Chan back soon?
Yes. The window is opened on A-Chan. By the way, I just want to remind everybody the Eagles are still quietly 8-1.
Very quietly.
Very quietly.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach Brown with win number 400. We'll get into that. In the meantime, Thomas on line 1. Don't think we forgot. Jiffy Lube, drive of the game. Thomas, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's see if you got it. What was the drive of the game last night for a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube? Go ahead.
Drive of the game is Malik Monk. One-hand passes to Darren Fox for the one-hand jam.
Malik Monk, a one-hand pass for the gym. No.
It's not it.
That wasn't it.
No. What game was he listening to?
Was he listening to a different feed?
Maybe he listened to an old game.
Maybe because we often will do that.
Yes.
That's on your SAP button. It's either Spanish or an alternate game.
Right.
All right. 1-800-920-1140. We'll give you one more shot. What was the drive of the game last night for a $100 gift certificate? And by the way, thank you, Thomas, but no luck there. We'll take a break. Coach Brown, he speaks. He gets the defensive player of the game crown. And let's talk a little bit about his tenure here so far. We'll do that next.
Can the Niners build off their NFC Championship appearance from last season? How will the quarterbacks perform throughout the year?
Purdy back, now going to throw for the end zone, wide open, Brandon Ayuk is on fire!
Will the defense lead this squad again?
Intercepted! Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner!
Get all your 49er coverage throughout the NFL season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changers, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
On December 9th, witness a mind-bending show like no other with The Clairvoyants Holiday Spectacular at Gold Country Casino Resort in Oroville, featuring mind-reading, magic tricks, and illusions, with a special appearance from Mr. Coney Handini, the world's first mind-reading dog. Get your tickets now to see The Clairvoyants live, only at
Gold Country Casino Resort.
Must be 21 or older.
I'm so stressed about my business not being ready for the holidays. Uma. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Dell's Black Friday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of financing options and get free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals for huge savings today.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Holidays at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
Doing?
Doing good, man. Getting ready to go to Disneyland in an hour, so
Have you? Nicely done. Now, are you down there, or are you getting ready to drive or fly down there, and you're still in Sac?
Well, I'm still in Sac. We're getting ready. Just going to Rayleigh's real quick, and then last minute thing, and then we're out.
Look at that. Just is this an adult trip? Are you taking kids?
Taking my son. This is his first time. He's 2 years old, so.
Awesome. Well, good luck, buddy.
I know.
You know my theory on
Tone
these things.
changed.
Good luck, pal.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Thanks, dude.
Bring lots of crackers and drinks and diapers. But good luck to you.
Oh, yeah.
Download the app on your phone if you haven't already. That shows you the line times. That's always that you can see what the lines are at each little thing. In the meantime, how about we help you out with a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube just to winterize your car? I could get you down and back to LA.
Yeah.
So what was the drive of the game last night?
It was De'Aaron Fox to Alex Led for the slam.
He says it was De'Aaron Fox.
Sounded convinced.
I want it.
No, to Alex Len, though.
Yeah, to Alex Len.
Yeah.
I want to give it to him because he seems like a nice guy. He's going. Let's see what it was.
Fox now driving on Garland. No look pass. Lim with a hammer. Oh, my. That's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game. Alex Lynn with a big-time right-hand hammer on a feed from De'Aaron Fox. That was a thing of beauty.
Well, not only are you going to Disneyland, you're going to Disneyland with a $100 gift certificate to Jiffy Lube. Congratulations, my man.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. That was fun.
We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's nice to do.
Yeah.
And also, last night we were talking just real quick before we get into the game itself that they were they were working. Oh, hey, Nash, call back. I hung up on you.
That.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's too much stuff going on.
Okay.
Too much good stuff. They were working on, and I appreciate this. I give him a little bit of crap on Twitter, but Scott Moak's one of my best friends. So I wanted to bring him on, the PA voice. Long time PA voice of the Sacramento Kings.
How many years? How many years, Dave? How many years has it been?
Okay, well, hold on, because there was the contest where I was brutally tossed in the first round, unlike you and Eric Hasseltine, voice of the Memphis Grizzlies, that we had at the now defunct Referees.
Nice.
Okay, so that was, and I remember the video that we had. They had a video on a TV that rolled in and out, and it was Jason. I know Jason Williams is in the starting lineup. It wasn't Bibby yet. So hold on. So we're looking at, okay. So I want to say 22 years, but here's the thing: a guy named Ira won. You didn't win. That's a deep-seated trivia question there. But then you eventually kind of started doing some and then took over. So are we talking about when you first got to do it, or when you were the permanent PA voice? Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm now speechless.
You asked like a regular old question, and I broke the whole. Don't think I don't know Kings trivia.
You really did. You got into like the chemistry, the deep chemistry of it.
It was one of the worst moments of my life, Scott. My buddies all advanced, and
you were good though.
You
had bigger, brighter things ahead. Like that was this would have held you back. And then people would have been asking you to do like this Domantas Sabonis chant, and you would have been like, "Guys, I know what I'm doing here. Like, step back." And we would have been like, "Dave, but it's really cool. Like, you should do it." And we would be like, "Hey, I'm the PA guy. Relax."
He's 100% correct, and this is part of the reason I wanted to bring you on
hurts,
today,
doesn't it?
He's 100% right. First off, they made the right decision. Let's just be really clear with Scott Moak. I would have maybe lasted a year, and then be like, I don't want to do this every day.
The first loss, you'd have been like, this isn't fun.
I don't want to. Yeah, I would have been the guy that, like, when we're losing, I'm like, Chris Webber, 3-pointer. Who cares? Scott's the ultimate professional, has done a wonderful job, and dare I say, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Kings PA announcer. No, I mean, come on. You are at least, to me, top 4 PA announcer we've had in Sacramento.
We've had 4. I have 5, maybe.
And then he's 100% right. And that's why I want to bring up, because I wanted to make sure that, every once in a while we got to plug in publicly. So that it's all in fun. Because he's right. If I was the PA announcer and Moak or other people, I'd be like, let's play a game of who's the PA announcer. I'll go first.
Yeah.
And I'll go second, third, and fourth. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. I've done this for 20 stinking years. He hasn't done that yet until right now publicly. But I hear you. And thank you for your patience.
Of course I'm kidding. Look, you have come up with, you're like the silent assassin when it comes to like good ideas, and you don't like credit, and we all know it, and it's a little bit annoying, but it's also lovely. And like and this is in lots of things in my life, my career, Sacramento, like, you've obviously been a part of a ton of things, and we are a better city. It's a better team franchise because of it. So don't stop doing it. No, I'm not.
Okay. I thought there was something was coming.
No, don't stop doing it. The thing is, I sent you the Kevin De Bruyne.
You did. You started this whole thing.
I started the problem.
The whole thing.
You took it to another level, which is like, we could actually do this because the cadence of Domantas Sabonis, so we know you are right. The problem, and we have been workshopping it in real time before games. Dan Spackman, who is, the greatest music director, audio engineer in the business.
He is.
It's one of those things that, like, if you go to other arenas, you do appreciate different parts of the experience. Dan is so incredible at his job.
Yes.
He's the one, like, we know we have all the DJs that play on any given game night, and they are amazing. DJ Elements, DJ Kenzo last night, DJ LG, like all these DJs that are incredible, and they help fill that time, because there are 1,000 songs played during a given Kings game. I mean, literally 1,000. But Dan's timing and knowledge of how music works in what moments. Like, have you ever thought about the fact that Dan has anywhere between, I want to say it's a couple thousand songs at his fingertips, right? He's got this really elaborate system of songs that he can choose from. And it's like on different screens that he has to toggle through. Imagine the moment where there's a jump ball, right? Like, you don't know when that's going to happen. DeMontis and Jared Allen get together, they cling up, they grab that ball, whistle blows, and Dan, in less than 1 second, finds the right song to play, which is Jump, Jump, right? He plays the song perfectly for the moment because he knew where to find it in less than a second. It is an insane talent. And Dan has been trying this Domantas Sabonis chant, and it's just been hard. It's just hard because we just need more time. We need more time with where it needs to exist. And last night the fans got it, and they did do it, but then then we're into something else, and it's like, then it kind of gets lost. So I don't know what to do.
Okay, that's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah. Did you help with that last night, Moke? I heard.
I did.
I did hear a little bit.
Sing it, or what happened?
Say again?
Well, I heard this on Twitter.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit. I couldn't tell. It was lower than, like, you can carry that whole building. So I heard it, but I couldn't tell if that was you.
It was. So we tried it 3 different times last night. The first time I did what you heard, J. Ross. I just kind of like mildly coached it in, like a little bit, like I kind of sing-songed it with them, but just kind of under with the song playing, because the other part is he scores a basket.
Yeah.
And I say, Domantas, and then it starts.
Right.
Then it's like dun 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 dun, and no one's gonna know until you have to wait for one stanza of that to come back for people to start. So now I have to either abandon Sabonis, not say his last name, or say it over the top of people starting to chant, and then I could join in, or I don't know what else the other option is. I wish there was another option. So the chant is going to drive this. I'm not going to ultimately, I can't. There's no opportunity for me to drive it.
Totally agree.
The song will drive it. But like the song needs more, we just need more time. So there was one moment where Domas made one of his exceptional plays during the night. Like, it was fantastic. And Dan played it, and I think I stepped on it a little harder. Like, I did it a little harder, and people got it, and they were chanting, and you could hear the crowd do it. But then it drifts off, and it's like we're on to something else. Like, soccer has so much time between everything. You just have more time to breathe. Where this, the Keegan chant works because it's quick, and you get to kind of do it right away. This just doesn't work like that.
No, we get it, and that's why I wanted to workshop this live on the air, because we get the challenges, and by the way, we get some of the challenges, and others you're educating us on. But Chris had a good idea.
Okay.
What about after you get done announcing the coaches and all that, what about and I think we might have talked about this a little bit, what about leading up to the jump ball, going center court, the jump ball, Domantas Sabonis, and then everybody starts chanting leading up to the jump ball? That'd be enough time to do it.
And we're doing that because he's jumping, or because the game's, so why are we saying Domantas Sabonis at that time?
I mean, no, that's just sort of a kickoff. Like, going after the jump ball, at center court,
No one says those things.
Well, you know what? We don't do things like other cities.
Plus, that's also, if I'm timing wise too, Scott, isn't that when Fresh gets the building really
that's
juiced
right.
up?
That's right. On Fresh.
That's right. Yeah.
What I think I'm hearing is we need to talk to Fresh.
Get me Fresh. Stop.
Talking to the wrong Scott.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the frustrating thing about this, Scott, is that all that has to happen is it has to start. It has to be successful one time. And then it's going to, then it'll just, every time they hear the cue, it's going to happen. People, not everybody, as much as I'd like to think that everybody listens to us, that's not the case. We don't reach all 18,000. So I don't know. What about an instructional video?
Will you do that? Will you? Oh my gosh, you as the star of the instructional video would be my favorite. No, look, wait, real quick.
Yeah.
It can work, and it will. It's just that it's what we talked about months ago, which is it's got to be the and one.
Yeah.
It's or a dunk going into a timeout that their coach calls. Like that's where we have a little more time, and the music can start right away. People hear it that one time, and then they start.
Yeah.
And that's where it's going to work. But that just doesn't happen. It'll happen maybe once a game.
And that's good enough. I mean, it doesn't have to happen all the time. You don't want to overuse. I totally get it. It's there for the taking, but you're right. Let me ask you this. How long did it take for Yogi to catch on? Like, was that instant?
No, definitely not. No, it was 4 or 5 games that it took. And I wanted to abandon it. This is going back to Spackman. Like, Dan, he was like, no, keep doing it. Like, it's awesome. Like, it'll work. Keep going. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But sure enough, like once they get it, you're right. Once they get it, they get it. That's the beauty of this. I mean, these fans are the best. And this is one of the many reasons. But I think it can work. We gotta find that right moment, and it'll happen. It'll happen.
You know who would want this to happen more than anyone, Scott? Craig Amazine.
No kidding. He would love that.
Yes, he
would love that.
Well, you're doing a great job, and I know it's not easy. We're going to get it done. And if I'm being fully honest, Scott, there is a part of me that feels I want this to work badly because I do feel a little guilty because I'm kind of on a losing streak right now. Because last year I was dead set on using DMX's "What's My Name," and that just never caught on with the Light and the Beam. And I don't. You can only do this so much until eventually people stop taking your phone calls. They start rolling their eyes, and I'm the old guy now that's like, oh, it's Carmichael. Just answer the phone and put it on speaker and just let them ramble for a while. And
Well, I mean, the easy answer is right there for you. Just make an instructional video.
I mean, honestly, I envision like you were Scott Fresh on one side, they're doing Domantas Sabonis, and then like 10 Kings employees on the other side with Slamson, like freaking Domantas Sabonis on the other side, and you play that, and then boom. But then there's also something to you don't want to leave the fans too much. There is an organic nature to it.
Yeah, for sure. But. And this is one of them for sure. This is it.
Okay.
That fans will truly lead this. It'll be great.
As we wrap up, just to show you, and this is just for me and Scott here, just to show you how weird the world is. As you and I were talking, I got a text from somebody I have not literally spoken to in probably a year. Our mutual friend Allison, who I thought was just probably listening, and said to say hi to you. No, it had nothing to do with this. She's not listening. Wanted to go have lunch. How weird is that, dude?
That's fantastic.
I'll tell her you said hello. Our love to the Littles. And thank you for joining us and letting us tell you how to do your job. We appreciate that.
Just send me an instructional video. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. I'm glad he won the contest.
Yes.
He's been a good PA announcer.
He's
been a great
brilliant.
PA announcer.
He's awesome.
Dare I say, maybe biased, best PA announcer in the NBA?
I agree.
And really
gives me goosebumps all the time. I always text him that. I'm like, he's unreal.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you think about it, do NFL and Major League Baseball PA announcers really do anything?
No.
So NBA is the one where like the PA announcer, and he walks that perfect line between, Lakers guy, number 27, Fred Smith, who does nothing for you. And then Detroit guy is like, free throw. And you're like, what are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I think, honestly, between him, Fresh, you mentioned Dan,
yes,
the entire game,
100%
like
right.
ops, it's just, they were so bad for so long, and those guys were stars.
You mean them specifically were so bad for so long?
The team, and they were shining they made those nights entertaining.
Yes.
This team was winning 22 games.
Yes.
It's like, you couldn't tell Fresh or Moke were any different.
100%.
And now that they're good, they're always been great, and I appreciate them.
If I'm ever being held at gunpoint, and in order to be released from gunpoint, I have to polish a turd, my first phone call is to King's Ops, because you have like experts through the years that did nothing but turd polishing, and you didn't even know by the end it was a turd. That's how good they are.
It's Dave again. Just let him babble.
Just let him ramble. Yeah. Maybe throw him some something to eat.
Yes.
Maybe some fire wings. Maybe 21 different flavors of fire wings, which is probably matching the amount of dumb texts I send Scott each and every season with my super lame ideas. And good for him being a good sport about it too. Good morning, everybody. Wing Day Wednesday is tomorrow, but that doesn't prevent you from Tuesday taste buds. Yeah, there you go. Fire wings. They're talking about different flavors to choose from. Bread and Malaysian curry, of course, that's my favorite. I tried to recreate that for my dad the other day, but if I'm being honest, you can't recreate fire wings. You can only imitate. You cannot duplicate. Now serving pizza at their Florin Road location. Trust the process is what the kids say. Go to firewings.com. You can order anytime. You can order right now. They may not be open at 8:18 in the morning, but you can set it up to pick up at lunch, dinner, brunch, I don't know, whatever the heck you want. And just go in, show the card you ordered it with online, and boom, you're good to go. Firewings.com. Find the location nearest you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Fire Wings, just wing it. 30-second break, and when we get back, De'Aaron's back, and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey, nah, De'Aaron was back, and they won. We're gonna talk about it next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sactown Sports.
Our thanks to unannounced guest Scott Moak for joining us. Also, shout out to whoever works here, leaving the one gummy bear.
Thought you might want one.
Well,
is there only one in there?
There's a gummy bear.
I thought I saw a second one, yeah.
I thought I cleaned it.
Yeah?
And then just left it there.
You don't do the squeeze for bears?
Found out that they don't like that.
They don't like that? HR is calling. Yeah, you see it's football. Causeway Classic tickets coming up later in the program as well. De'Aaron Fox came back last night. You know, Jason, I don't know if you know this or not. Without Fox, 102.6 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
With Fox, 127.
That's a lot more.
That's significantly more.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a coincidence either that the team is better with Fox on the floor. And that's our headline for today. De'Aaron Fox returned. And how'd you feel, De'Aaron?
I feel good. It felt good just to be able to go out there and just contribute. When you're hurt, you're not playing, and you're just watching, like you just, I don't want to say feel helpless, but you want to be out there to help your team. And I didn't know until because I actually saw Miguel grabbing the ball. I'm like, why is he grabbing the ball? What happened today? And we walked back and they said it was his 400th one. So, I mean, we want to keep that number growing.
Caught up with De'Aaron after the game, and I asked him about his ankle. Here's what he had to say.
For me, it's like, I mean, I've had an ankle sprain before, so there are some pains that you know that aren't going to go away for the next couple months. But for me, it was do that, see how I felt in the morning, see how I felt after shoot around. And I think whenever I got up today and I wasn't sore, I felt like I was good to go.
And was there any limitations at all? Obviously, shut up, sure. So, but
ruining my bit.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say what it is. I can't say what it is. But I feel well enough to go out there and affect the game. So if I didn't feel like I'd be able to affect the game in a positive way, I wouldn't be playing.
Well, there you go. There's a little peek into the decision-making process. Made the right decision.
Yeah, but I mean, it was also a little bit telling. It's like, yeah, no, I mean, it's still gonna be there and bother me a little bit. But he can identify what the pain level is, and he was terrific. He didn't play with any hesitation, any reservation. He challenged the Cavs in the paint, got to his spots like he continuously does. He's just in so control of his game right now.
Is there? I guess I said they made the right decision, and based on how he played, they obviously made the right decision. I would guess that the rest of that answer comes probably right around now, if not in an hour or two, depending on how late he was up last night. Yeah. Maybe the baby was crying, who knows? But when he wakes up today and starts walking around, I guess we'll fully know if they made the right decision.
Yeah, and I think, when he's talking about, there's always stuff that's going to be bothering you. Let's go back to Sabonis last year breaking his thumb. I mean, I'm sure there was a big decision. Do we do surgery? Do we not? They elect not to. He misses the one game just basically because swelling, and they couldn't find the right kind of padding to protect that. But then he played, and maybe there were some moments where that hurt, that bothered him, but he was able to play through that.
Bothered him into a top 5 MVP finish.
Yes.
Woof, woof. So after Sean Cunningham rudely interrupted my interview with De'Aaron Fox, we took what I like to call a little bit of a walk and talk, and I asked him about the offense when he's on the court.
I mean, I think I have a type of gravity and being able to touch the paint and just try to make it easier on guys. When I'm out there, there are times where I'm like, yo, my guy's literally standing right next to me. So if you can turn the corner by any means. And these are just types of things that I'm telling my teammates to try to get them easier looks, because there are times where like they'll come off and look at me and I'm like, bro, my guy's standing right here. You have so much space. It looks like y'all are playing 4-on-4. And I mean, I try to get us easy baskets, rather if I'm shooting the ball or just getting the ball down court quickly. And I think when I'm playing, I think the pace picks up a little bit. And even with the fast pace that we played tonight, I mean, we had 10 turnovers. You know, if we play like that, I feel like it's hard to beat us.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
We'll get back to De'Aaron Fox in just a second. Actually, maybe we won't. That's the end of the segment. But Adam Schefter reporting, not a surprise, a change in Buffalo. They have fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. We just talked about Josh Allen and Overreaction Tuesday. If Sean McDermott has reached the near the end of his days in Buffalo, that's a question. I think there's a lot of questions to that. Remember, Sean McDermott turned around this program along with their GM. But offensively, somebody needs to come in and sit Josh Allen down and help him help himself. And today, assuming it's the same Ken Dorsey, the former Miami quarterback, you can't hire a Miami Hurricane to do a Florida State Seminoles job. Go out there and get P.T. Willis, Danny Cannell. Charlie Ward's not doing anything.
Winky?
Chris Winky. Winky Dinky Dog.
Emmanuel?
EJ Manuel, very good. Hell, Jameis Winston. Maybe it's time to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, new and we'll see who they promote up. But that is not. They got to do something in Buffalo, because that's way too good of a team to miss the playoffs. We'll take a break. When we come back, four down territory. We'll talk Niners and more, followed by Niners at 9 coming up top of the hour, and so much more. Sit back, relax. The final hour and a half show with four down territory is next.
What's the latest with the San Francisco 49ers? Carmichael, Dave, and Jason Ross keep you up to date on all things red and gold during the Niners at 9 every weekday at 9 a.m. on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Winter is coming. I know you know that, but are you prepared to keep your family warm all season long? At American Energy Heating and Air, their goal is to exceed your expectations of the heating and air industry by valuing the customer experience and making your home comfort system as efficient as possible for the most value. So book your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. Prevent dangerous gas leaks. Extend the life of that furnace and save on your energy bills. And here's the guarantee. This isn't a sales call. They're not getting in the door so they can try to sell you a bunch of stuff. No, they're just going to do what they say they're going to do. Call today to schedule an appointment at 916-520-9990 or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Get your $49 furnace tune-up and safety inspection today. 916-520-9990. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Guys, your promise is your word, right? You stick by it, you live by it. So does Revive Men's Health with our Revive Promise for low T and ED. The Revive Promise means your tests and lab work are free when you begin treatment, and our low T and ED treatments are money back guaranteed. Yes, that's right. We stand behind our treatments and our results. That's our promise to you. Revive Men's Health has successfully helped thousands of men with low T, ED, and sexual health issues since 2011. If you're experiencing symptoms like chronic low energy, less drive, sleep issues, weight gain, poor performance, bad moods, or ED, you need Revive. Don't settle. Get affordable, guaranteed, custom low T and ED solutions with lasting results from Sacramento's favorite men's clinic. And remember, there are no extra bills when you begin treatment. All labs and tests are free, and your low T and ED treatments are money back guaranteed. Call Revive Men's Health Sacramento today to schedule your appointment. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind, and that's okay. At Sac Sewer, it's our first priority. Whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night at 916-875-6730. Sac Sewer. It's a dirty job, but we're happy.
Buffalo calls. John Buffalo calls you.
I don't see them calling
Shut
me
up,
contacts.
God. They want to sign you to a 3-year, $1.3 million contract. It's like, $4 something a year to be their new offensive coordinator. You have to take the job in a week, but you have to leave here and you have to leave the Kings. But it's a lot of money, but it's only 3 years. Maybe
this seems like a cash grab.
Maybe you're good at it. You know football.
Do I? I'm no Greg Papa.
You think about it?
I would think about it.
Yeah.
Cash grab.
In every play, Statue of Liberty.
I mean, honestly, you just play Madden for a while and figure it out.
Right.
Just whatever worked there.
Hey, get open.
Get open. Run right and then left.
Yeah.
And throw it to Stephon Diggs.
Trick him and then get open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And block that guy.
What was that play from that movie you loved? The football
Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yes. Run the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yep.
4-down territory time right now. We'll save Jason Ross as the new Buffalo Bills coordinator for another show. Maybe one of our final shows with Jason Ross. You never know how these things are going to work. Do you think you could be the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator and still be on the air?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you could too.
That's the only way I'd do it.
That's the only way I would do it if I were you too. And anyone who thinks you couldn't do both at the same time, I don't know what they're smoking, but better get tested for it. Christopher Lott, 4-down territory, first down.
Former 49ers head coach Jim Harp once said, "Who got it better than us?" Well, how about now? Who has a higher ceiling in the NFL?
Nobody has a higher ceiling in the NFL than the 49ers. Nobody does. I do believe the 49ers will be in the Super Bowl, but I also recognize I'm a Niner fan and I'm a little biased here. In all reality, I'm sorry. The Philadelphia Eagles are the defending NFC champions. They got better in the offseason, especially with the draft, and they're 8-1. They're 8-1. You got to beat the champ to be the champ, and until the 49ers And by the way, when they play them later this year, that's not necessarily, you could lose to them later in the year and beat them in the playoffs.
Right.
Until the 49ers either beat Philadelphia or Philly's beaten by somebody else and the Niners are the last one standing, I'm still going to logically believe Philly's the team to beat. But if you told me Philly was playing at their 100%, Niners are playing at their 100%, I think the Niners win by 2 touchdowns.
I'm with. I don't know if 2 touchdowns, maybe, but
maybe even 2 touchdowns.
Here's the thought I had too: is if you think about the roadmap, let's just say the Niners, for whatever reason, just barely got in. Do you think there's a scenario, Dave, where they couldn't go to Detroit, Dallas, or Philadelphia and win?
Do I think there's a scenario where they couldn't? No. They 100% could go there and win.
Yeah. So if they were healthy and those were the kind of teams that they had to go to on the road and win a NFC championship or a game around before that, I think they can. So I don't know that anybody's got a higher ceiling.
No, there's the Chiefs. There's no team in the NFL that could beat the 49ers if everyone's playing with all things pointing at 11. Second down, please.
Which NFL team can benefit the most from having the top pick in next year's draft?
Niners.
Some of the teams that are at the bottom have a quarterback, and we always know that seemingly it's quarterback, and Caleb Williams is out there.
Here's where it gets really complicated because I believe, based on the smoke, that this is Bill Belichick's last year with the Patriots. But when I'm looking, it's not just getting the number 1 pick, as you know, it's knowing what to do with the number 1 pick. What team could do the most if you have an energized, invigorated, I have a point to prove Bill Belichick, and he is, and we're all wrong, and he is staying with the Patriots, and they do get the number 1 pick. Here's the thing, Jason. Again, it's what you do with it. Could he go draft Caleb Williams? Yes. But he also could trade off of that 1 pick and absolutely stack his draft. And all it takes is one really, really good draft, a couple of free agent signings, and you're completely back in business if you get lightning in a bottle. I don't trust Carolina. I don't trust the Giants. I don't trust the Cardinals. I sure as hell don't trust the Bears. Maybe the Packers, who are right in there, but of the teams I'm looking at right now, the Patriots are 2-8. They're 1 game, that logjam, 1 game off the Panthers. I would say the Pats.
Yeah, if it's not a team that's going to take most likely Caleb Williams, number 1, it's a team that can trade and get the maximum out for him. But if in your scenario, if the Patriots got number 1 and they traded that pick, man, they better hit that right because he sure seems like a guy that's going to be a generational QB.
I just don't know if Caleb Williams' style is what Belichick's looking for. Right. I don't know that Belichick seemed, and again, it's because we've only seen him have success with Brady, but seems like he wants that classic 6'4", good arm, pocket guy, is only going to leave the pocket when absolutely necessary, that type of standard dude. I'm not entirely sure now at this point. I think Caleb Williams is still going to be the number 1 pick. I do. And he kind of has to be. It's a quarterback, but I don't feel bad for the team that ends up with Marvin Harrison Jr.
True.
I mean, he's either going to be the biggest impact player right away out of this draft, which I think he will be. But I'm also still, or he ends up being Reggie Bush. I don't think that's the case, but boy, does he look good. Third down, please.
It has been a battle, but Josh Jacobs is now 3rd in the NFL in rushing. Will he win back-to-back rushing titles?
Well, let's take a look at the rushing leaders here, led by Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, 747 for McCaffrey. How about Derrick Henry? This kind of surprised me. I have Derrick Henry on 2 of my fantasy teams, and I feel like every other week he has like 4 yards. But he's sitting second in yards gained at 625. And then Josh Jacobs right there at 622. He's 125 behind McCaffrey. And also, when you look at the averages, McCaffrey averages 4.9 a carry. Henry averages 4.2. Jacobs averages 3.3. He's taking nothing away from Josh at all, but he is also benefiting from the fact that his quarterback stinks.
Yeah.
And they can't throw the ball as much as these other teams. I think it's going to take an injury to McCaffrey to come off of that lead. I do, but I think Jacobs will be top 3, top 4.
Yeah, and they're running him a lot more. Like they really made an effort to run him against that good Jets team, and he still found his way to get 100. So he's really developing, but I think he's got too much ground to make up.
By the way, Travis Etienne Jr., Jacksonville is number 4. How about Zach Moss?
Yeah.
With the whole Jonathan Taylor thing coming in at number 5. And who thought that the Cook brother that would be top 6 in rushing this year wouldn't be Dalvin? James Cook, the captain, at number 6. Oh, by the way, DeAndre Swift, number 7 to Philadelphia. We mentioned them getting better. Great job, Detroit. And then you go draft a guy and you don't play him the first half of the year. 4th down, please.
The Ravens have a league-high 6 double-digit blown leads over the last 2 seasons. This trend will keep them from getting out of the AFC and to the Super Bowl.
It will until it doesn't. And I'm not trying to be cagey there, but that's we kind of talked about Kyle Shanahan the other week and him coming back when he's down in the 4th quarter and it ain't a good record. This goes to John Harbaugh, and you have to point the finger at Lamar Jackson a little bit. My guy who I haven't seen in a while would text in all the time saying Lamar Jackson stinks. And we'd argue back and forth. I think Lamar Jackson's a tremendous quarterback. But Lamar Jackson has a little bit of Josh Allen in him, or vice versa, in the sense that they both get a little loose, and they both get a little forceful in their decisions. How many times have we said it, Jason? The toughest play a quarterback can make in the NFL is arguably 3rd and 4. You're flushed out of the pocket and you throw the ball out of bounds. You live to fight another day. And Lamar Jackson has an issue with that, partially because he's great at extending plays. But at some point you gotta look at that and say, here's the numbers, dude. There's a lot of good with you, but we need you to make better decisions.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a puzzle. Like you look on the positive, they're building these double-digit leads.
Yes.
So they're showing they're capable of, like last week, it was a good lead. It should have been a win against the Cleveland Browns. Would have been another statement, and maybe we're talking about them being the best team in the league. And then they blow the double-digit lead. So they've shown abilities to do both things. I don't know if that's the specific thing that will keep them out. I think the AFC is really, really talented. That whole division's still up for grabs with all 4 teams being in playoff contention. So I wouldn't say it's just that stat that could derail the Ravens, but still a good team, but they need to figure out why they're blowing those double-digit leads.
Caleb Williams is still set to go number 1. I'm just kind of checking stuff here, mock drafts and all that. There's one scout that when asked if he would take Caleb Williams when he had a choice of Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, or John Elway, the guy said, I would take one of those quarterbacks over Caleb Williams. Did not say who. I find that's pretty darn insane. Marvin Harrison set to go number 4 in most. Drake May out of North Carolina looks like he might be the number 2 guy, according to some. Where's my guy here? Is it just because he's an underclassman? There's a lot of really, really, really talented quarterbacks in this year's draft, at least on paper, including the kid up in Washington as well.
Penix.
Do you know what year he is? Is he a sophomore?
No, I know he was at Indiana and he transferred. He's either a junior or senior.
Okay. I don't see him in the first round of this mock draft, so he must be one of those guys that – oh, no, there we go. Michael Penix Jr., Washington. They have him going pick number 19 to the Saints. Now, he's 6'3", 213. Here's my thing. Just in that crazy scenario we talked about. And by the way, there's precedence for this. What if New Orleans wanted to go up and grab Caleb Williams and Bill Belichick's holding on to that pick? We've literally seen the Saints trade their entire draft stock for Ricky Williams.
True.
That was with Mike Ditka. But could it be something where Bill trades down, ends up with Penix Jr., and he's just happy about that and about 19 other picks?
Right.
We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? Let's get a recap for the 3 in the key. Kings and Cavaliers as we chug along to Niners at 9. Well, we're going to have our power rankings as well. Don't go away, would you? Sit back, relax for the final hour 20 coming up next.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Meet Bruce.
Hey there.
He's a busy soccer dad who's trying hard to learn the game.
Go for the end zone.
Whoops. Luckily, other things come easy, like banking with Chase. On a tip from his banker, he set up autosave in the Chase mobile app. So what are you saving for, Bruce?
Father-daughter soccer camp.
Smart bankers, convenient tools, one bank with the power of both. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Autosave requires a Chase checking and savings account. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Stick to the plan. Trust no one.
From the director of Seven, Fight Club, and Gone Girl.
Anticipate. Don't improvise.
Michael Fassbender.
Forbid empathy. Empathy is weakness. Weakness is vulnerability. This is what it takes if you want to succeed.
The Killer. Rated R. Under 17. Not admitted without parent. Now playing. Only on Netflix.
Individual rates, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all states and situations.
Hey, small business owner. Are you ready to have the best year ever in 2024? When's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But Pi Insurance could save you up to 30% in just 3 minutes. Go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for your business. No hassles or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could make this your best year ever. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
It's the first ever Elk Grove Kia Frozen Turkey Bowling Extravaganza on November 18th, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's right, a frozen turkey becomes the bowling ball, and 10 liquid-filled plastic beverage bottles are your pins. It's not just bowling, it's an adventure. Knock down those pins. Each pin has a number attached to it, which means your skills can lead you to awesome prizes. And guess what? Each person gets 2 rolls, so you can aim for perfection. Now, how can you be part of this amazing event? Simple. Register at Elk Grove Kia for one of the 8 coveted spots through a raffle. But hurry, the registration deadline is November 17th, 2023 at 6 p.m. sharp. And here's the best part. No purchase is necessary. That's right. It's all about the fun and games. So make your way to Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall today for a chance to win a spot at the inaugural Elk Grove Kia Turkey Bowl. Rules and regulations at elkgrovekia.com.
Elk Grove Kia.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Knee, hip, foot, leg, or back pain? Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot? Christopher Lott.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
Let me guess. He put up some awesome yardage against a crap team.
He threw 404 yards while completing 74.2% of his passes.
Mm-hmm.
in the 49-17 win over the Giants.
Wow.
It's his 7th career game with 400 yards and a completion record of 70%, just behind Drew Brees, who had 8 of those games in his career.
Super Bowl winning Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we know this. The Cowboys are very good at beating up on crappy teams and getting a lot of excitement going. And then they, have to play, playoff teams in the playoffs. And they're super terrible. What did you what were his numbers again, Chris? Would you give those to me, please?
404 yards, completing 26 of 35 passes for 74.2%.
74.2%. That drops to 63% in the playoffs, 389.8. So let's call that 390 yards. He has thrown 11 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the playoffs. And look, let me be fair to him. First off, having a 92.3 rating in the playoffs, 11 touchdowns and 5 picks. That's 6 games in the playoffs he's played. Those aren't bad numbers, especially when you're playing playoff teams. They got to the playoffs for a reason. I don't want to be unfair to Dak. And to be honest, I don't think Dak is – well, Jerry Jones is the problem in Dallas. Dak ain't the problem. I'll say it before. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If I was Jerry Jones, first off, ew. Secondly, I would get a sports psychologist because I do think that's their problem. Going back, Tony Romo fumbling the snap on the field goal. Like, they consistently choke in big situations.
Right. The biggest.
The biggest.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I think that the Dallas Cowboys have Super Bowl caliber talent.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I think they have. Yeah, maybe this year some.
Yeah. But they got to figure out, what was it the last 2 years? It was couldn't get the playoff in time. Mm-hmm. And then it was the Ezekiel Elliott offensive line that says goodbye to Dallas. What will it be this year? And it's kind of like, who were we just talking about? It was, it was the Ravens. The blown leads will keep affecting them until it doesn't. You hope, if you're a Dallas fan, that the Cowboys will eventually have a breakthrough.
Yeah, at some point, but
history
good luck.
Doesn't say so. And you got to go through Philly. You got to go through San Francisco, and God knows who else. Chris, who's not hot?
Well, if I would do a soccer team, I would do Manchester United, whose forwards have not scored a goal at home this season.
Why is that bad?
They've played 7 games at home, and their forwards have not scored a goal. Even kind of worse, they've only have 8 goals at home.
Let me ask you a quick etiquette question I already know the answer to. If maybe you've noticed, I'm wearing a black shirt today that says HTAFC. That's Huddersfield Town. Am I committing a sin? Because I'm also wearing my Manchester United sweat. I don't have any Huddersfield Town sweatpants, but since they're in different divisions, do I get a little leeway there? Or if I was in England, would I get knifed?
I don't think you'd get knifed.
Knifed?
You wouldn't get knifed.
Would I get something thrown at me?
Probably.
Like a pork pie?
Yes.
Those things are hard too, dude. Like a baseball.
And they're really good.
They are really good, except that weird.
So I'll use a football player instead of using a soccer team.
Sure.
Josh Allen.
Oh, boy.
He's had 6 straight games with an interception. That's the longest streak by a Bill since Ryan Fitzpatrick in 2011.
It's magic.
It is magic. It's not Fitz magic. He's making a nice post-career for himself, by the way.
He's doing well.
Is that any shock? What did he do? Go to Harvard?
Yes, correct.
As we get to, roll music, please, the recap of 3 and Key last night. I was sitting in my daughter's room with her last night. She had her laptop out. How about this? So she plugs in all of her transcripts and then all of her extracurriculars. Like, basically, she plugs in her resume to college.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes down the list, and it literally gives you a percentage chance as to how, what's the average acceptance rate, and then what's the acceptance rate for you.
Wow.
And
that could be scary.
It is scary. And we found out that the college she wants to attend the most, $135 for an application. Because I'm like, let's just apply to every college and then see which one you get. Let's just mass send out applications. Not unless you want to spend like $10,000 doing it. $135 just to send an application?
This seems like a cash grab.
Wait till you get that school bill.
Dude, they also have that out there too. Oh my God. So just so you know, figured you'd be interested here. She has an 88% chance of getting accepted to Florida State University. I made her search. She's not going. And the number one school on her list, average admittance percentage, 16%. She's currently at 36% for the University of California, Los Angeles. How happy are you going to be if my daughter ends up going to stinking UCLA? I say stinking in a
You'll
loving
have
sense.
so much pride in that. You'll be a pride.
I don't want to root for them.
Why?
LA.
Wait, why would you have to root for them?
Because my daughter goes there. Don't you have to? Isn't that a thing?
No. Wait, does she root for them?
Well,
is she going to root for them?
I would have, right? She's gonna probably play in their little band.
Oh, it's a big band.
Big band.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go down and watch football games and have my back turned to the field and watch my daughter play.
Oh
trumpet.
no, you'll have to go all the way to UCLA and watch a game at the Rose Bowl. Jeez.
Chris, I would have to root for a Los Angeles University. That's disgusting. I'd rather go there than Miami or Florida, but that's about it. Stingers up, baby.
Well, hopefully for you, she doesn't get it.
While he's drinking. Wow.
You'd have to tank her SATs a little something. Recap. 3 in the key. How'd we do, Jason?
All right. I asked yesterday 3 categories. First one was the Kings' last field goal. Who would score the last basket for the Kings? Dave, you said a layup by Keegan. I said Monk. Chris said Sabonis. The correct answer was a Kevin Huerter 3. Got him to 132 points.
The hottest player on the team, and we miss it.
We asked for Kings made 3-pointers. Dave, you said 16. I said 15. Chris said 14. The correct answer was 20. So, Dave, you were the closest. And then a random stat. Dave, you said Sabonis would have a face shot.
I think I said he'd take another shot to the face.
Deck.
Yeah, I'd hit the deck.
He hit the deck. I feel like you got that one.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like there was some contact there for sure.
Well, it's okay.
I said Kings will come back from double digits. That did not happen. And Chris said Monk would have an insane dunk.
He almost got that one. They called a foul as he was driving, and he just threw down thunder from down under. The late Daryl Dawkins would have been proud, but the whistle blew.
Wave it off.
Wave it off. Okay.
Another try tomorrow.
Another try tomorrow as the Kings take on the Lakers. I'm going to have to go out and get my Lakers gear.
No.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, I'm all LA now.
No,
LA Day.
It's not in yet. You can only root for UCLA, too. That's accepted. You don't have to. Are you going to suddenly like the Dodgers?
No.
Right, exactly. She's not going to the Dodgers.
You good.
She's not going to the Clippers or Lakers.
I think a letter from Matt Barnes would help if I called him up. He went there.
Yeah.
She was like, do you know anybody that went to UCLA? I was like, I know Matt Barnes a little bit. Matt, here's my guess. I'll bet Matt. You know what? I'll bet you Matt would totally do it. Mm-hmm. But he'd do what I'd do probably. He'd be like, just write the letter, dude, and send it to me, and I'll sign it. But then is Matt former UCLA basketball star Matt Barnes? It's got to carry weight with the judges.
The judges,
whoever they are.
Yeah.
Why can't they do that? Why don't they have
they spin the chair around?
7.8.
Right? Why isn't there a game show where kids have to compete to get into a college?
Oh, don't put that out there.
But I probably watch. I call my sister. Why don't they have that? Like, take 10 kids you're on the fence with to go to UCLA. You need to pick one. Have them do some try. You have like the smart part. They answer the questions. Then like they have the speech part.
Talent competition.
So one of them gets slimed. There's a physical challenge. Just combine it with Double Dare.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Niners at 9. Do the 49ers make our top 5? I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to sit and wait just a couple minutes. Come back. We'll let you know next.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year. all-stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox. The breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
As we come together to celebrate the end of this long, long year, Stockton Honda has savings to bring us all cheer. Happy Honda Day savings and selection galore. Stockton Honda's online express purchase and great people give you more.
Save on 400 new Hondas at Stockton Honda during Happy Honda Days. Shop in person or online with our express purchase option.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at Sac Sewer, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And it's our job to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. Whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night at 916-875-6730. Sac Sewer. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you Fargo? You can in the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I was talking to my sister during the break. She signed off. My sister's a big-time show producer down in L.A. She signed off. She said, I think a lot of people watch that. I guess you got to talk to the lawyers about liability. There you go. You have 10 kids, all seniors, graduated high school, competing for one spot at UCLA, Berkeley, Notre Dame, wherever. And then the winner gets like a little scholar, $50,000 scholarship. I say little. And then if the show takes off, then you can do like updates, like Dana Johnson, winner of season 1 at Wellesley College, is now in her junior year. And then you have Phil Jackson. No, that's a coach. Phil Banner, who won our season 1 and is at Berkeley. He dropped out and had a baby. Just it doesn't matter what. Maybe one way or the other, like they do. They do the updates with the what's that show, The Rose, or the
or the Bachelor.
Yeah, The Bachelor. Yeah. Sorry, where they give the rose.
Yeah, The Rose. People
at Sac State. We should start local.
Okay,
let's and
then expand. We'll
get 10 kids who all want to go to Sac State. They got one spot. Have them compete. Have them do hurdles, answer some questions, maybe draw a picture, just do all around. Basically model it after the end of Billy Madison.
Yes.
Then
that was highly successful.
Highly successful. Yeah. We are all dumber now for having listened to your answer. I see that Chris Vermont has changed clothes and is now Nate. And he's in
Is Nate in there?
Nate is in there. He is in a fine looking
Yeah, what color is
this? It's a violet.
Maybe.
No,
soft violet.
A lavender. That's lavender. That's 100% lavender. Lavender hoodie. Could you find us some bed music, NFL related, if you will? Is Chris gone?
Yeah.
Did he take off an hour early? All right.
Yeah, he had.
Yep.
You know what he had.
Well, good luck. We're all counting on you. I don't know what to say to that. We'll and by the way, Chris is not back till
next week.
Wait, hold on a second. Chris just left an hour early because he has to go to a family thing, and then he's off getting crabs for the rest of the week up in Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
And then I'm off next week.
Yeah.
That's the last time I'm going to see Chris left. I didn't even get to see you later. I'm not going to see him till after things. Do you know how many things could happen between now and Thanksgiving?
Good things.
Great things. Yeah. Probably. Jeez. Well, have a great week off, Chris.
Have a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you had a heck of a Arnold.
Yeah.
All right. We got top 5, bottom 5. Jason, how do you want to do this?
All right. I'll go bottom 5 first. Here's my bottom 5. Okay. 28 to 32. The 5 worst teams in my mind in the NFL after another week of action
are
at 28. I put the Chicago Bears. The Bears.
I know
they came off a win, but still, I put the Chicago Bears there at 28. I don't think it's a very strong squad. Someone had to be the 5th to worst. The Cardinals also coming off a win. I think they might be better, obviously, with Kyler Murray, but it's been a rough season for them, putting them at 29. 30, 31, and 32 are all very interchangeable. I think these are the 3 worst teams. But at 30, I'm putting the Giants, the New York Football Giants at 30, the Patriots at 31, and just because they still have just one win, the Panthers at 32. So go Bears, Cardinals, Giants, Patriots, Panthers.
Okay. I've got one flip-flop in there that I fully admit is just me kind of looking at the teams. The Jason Ross rules. What are they doing now? Mm-hmm. You and I agree on a couple. So at number 28, even though they are 4-6, I'm putting the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think they're going in the right direction. Now, it's funny. You and I talked about this yesterday, and yesterday there was a report in the afternoon that Arthur Smith is expected to return next year. I just mentioned yesterday he might be on his last legs. Now, they said the exception there is if he loses the locker room. So I'm not so sure that means he's returning next year because they're not headed in the right direction whatsoever. Right. They look worse and worse each and every week. They're 4-6. It's a better record than a few teams we could put in there. But I think right now where we stand, they are the 5th worst team in the NFL. I'll put the Chicago Bears at 3-7. I will put them at my number 29. Number 30, 3rd worst team, the New England Patriots, and they could have been even lower. Yeah. This team is not doing well right now, but I had a hard time putting them behind, if you will, the New York Giants.
Yeah, good news is those 2 teams play each other in like 2 weeks.
Oh, I hope it's on Thursday Night Football.
I hope so too.
And then here's the thing. I'm with you on Carolina. They're 1-8, but does it make sense that I do believe Carolina should be put at the bottom of the power rankings? They are 1-8. They have the worst record. I'm not entirely sure they're worse than the Giants.
I'm with you on that. I think, yeah.
Or Patriots.
Right.
If they all played in like a round robin or whatever and you took out tanking and draft picks.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure Carolina doesn't win those.
Panthers might win that Super Bowl.
All right, top 5, Jason Ross.
All right, top 5. So the question in our Niners at 9, will the Niners make either of our top 5? Well, you'll find out here for me at least whether they do. At number 5, I put the Detroit Lions. Good win against the Chargers. A lot of points scored. I put them at 5. At number 4, they've fallen, but they're still there, and that's the Ravens.
The Ravens.
At number 4, they're 4 ahead of the Lions because they smoked them a couple weeks ago. Number 3,
Ravens.
Hey, look. It's the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey,
a 3-loss Niner team.
3.
I have them at 3. I mean, again, there was a reminder this last weekend of how they played, what they can look like when they're right. They were right. They were awesome. They've been really good. The bigger majority of the season than the otherwise. Number 2, I put the Chiefs. Number 1, based on how they've played, their record, there they are, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
So Lions, Ravens, Niners, Chiefs, Eagles.
Okay, you and I are pretty similar on this. I think definitely 4 of the 5 are probably darn near locked. But at number 5, I have my one change from you, my one main change. I do not have the Ravens in my top 5 at 7-3. But I do have a 6-3 team in there. I had to put the Browns at number 5.
They beat them.
They beat them. Yeah. They went in there and beat them. They came back and beat them. And when you look at the Browns and their wins this year, they beat the Bengals, the Titans, the Niners, the Colts, Cardinals, and Ravens. That's a minimum of 3 really quality wins for them there. And you look at their losses in Pittsburgh versus the Ravens earlier, which remember they lost 28-3 at home. So they kind of got a little payback. And then they lost by 4 in Seattle to the Seahawks.
Okay.
So if you go game by game, they arguably have, I mean, that's a fantastic 1-loss record considering opponent. I had to put them in my top 5.
And they've also had to play 3 different starting quarterbacks. So
they're doing this exactly. They're doing a lot of it with smoke and mirrors. And Deshaun Watson played last week, but again, does not look Deshaun Watson-y yet, at least Houston's Deshaun Watson. Number 4, give me the Detroit Lions for all the reasons you said. At number 3, the San Francisco 49ers vault right back into the top 5, exactly where you had them. And our top 2, same as it ever was. The Kansas City Chiefs are at number 2, and obviously you can make an argument for them being at number 1, 7-2, defending champions. Philadelphia.
And
number 1.
Play each other on Monday night. So there we go. We can decide a couple things there.
I'm like preemptively so excited for that.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a fun football weekend, Jason Ross. We talked about it, the bookends, if you will. We finally get a good Thursday night game. That's Bengals Ravens. I'm looking forward to that. Steelers Browns in Cleveland. That ain't going to be a bad matchup whatsoever. Maybe the Ravens can go for 3-0 against the Dolphins. What else do we have here? Bucks and 49ers, not a great game, but on the surface. Wait, hold on a second. Is this the second year in a row Tampa Bay's coming to Levi's?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's weird. Isn't that weird?
I think it has to do with where they finished in the division last year.
Yeah.
They won their division. Niners won their division.
And everything gets dicey with the 17-game season.
Yeah.
Just weird that the Niners aren't, like, it would have made a lot more sense probably for the Niners to play Jacksonville, stay there, and then play Tampa Bay since Tampa Bay was here last. I mean, I'm not complaining. Just a little strange that Tampa Bay is making the cross country 2 years in a row. Jets Bills now all of a sudden is actually quite the interesting game. 4-5 versus 5-5. Is Buffalo going to lose 2 at home in a row to the Broncos and the Jets? Interdivision, Seahawks Rams, and then Eagles Chiefs Monday night in the game of the week. 8-1 versus 7-1. Do some quick math. That's 15-2.
That's 15-2, and they're going up against an even bigger game, Kings and Pelicans.
But is it for real this time?
Yeah, it is. It's a big Monday night coming up.
God, Kings and Pelicans. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Florida State, Northern Alabama.
Game of the year.
Game of the year this Saturday. Jason, look. Lou Holtz would say the same. He would say, you know, North Alabama's got a lot going. Got a lot going for them. And you never, ever know what the deal is, right? I mean, right?
That's exactly what Lou Holtz would say.
All right, we'll take a break. I can't find the line on this game. Probably for a really
26.5.
You say it's 26.5. I don't even know that they don't have a line for the game. I wonder if there's no line at all. It will be on the CW network. And look, North Alabama has wins against Tennessee Tech, Chattanooga, and Utah Tech. So they did lose to Tarleton State 52-31. But Tarleton State's strong this year.
They are.
Yeah, we'll have more on Florida State, North Alabama coming up in a later program. We're actually going to do a roundtable with some local college football analysts.
Yes.
In the meantime, let's get some final thoughts on the Kings and Cavs as they sweep their 3-game homestand. And we're going to hear from Kevin Herter visiting with the legendary Gary Gerald after the game. Don't go away. Kings Talk next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Celebrating over a century as a family-owned business, E.B. Stone has gathered in valuable insights into nurturing plant growth. Venture into indoor planting with E.B. Stone's Edna's Best indoor and outdoor potting soil. Watch your little plants flourish into ideal indoor companions for the whole family to relish during the holidays. E.B. Stone's indoor and outdoor potting soil is a meticulously crafted blend of essential ingredients. Your plants will thrive both indoors and outdoors. Trust E.B. Stone for the entire lifespan of your garden. Explore more gardening tips, products, and find nearby locations at ebstone.org. Wishing you a season filled with joy and flourishing greenery.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Nickelback bringing us back. Sactown Sports, 1140. Take caller number 3 right now. What are you doing, Nate? That was not a great
that
dance.
Is a tribute to Fred Durst at Woodstock 99.
Why would you be tributing Fred Durst for a Nickelback song?
I'm just always thinking about him.
1-800-920-1140. UC Davis football's back in action this Saturday. It's the Causeway Classic.
Yeah, woo!
I like to think of it as Ross versus Marsh 22.
Do you?
Yeah.
How about 23?
20. But honestly, I'm one off. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
That was a total guess. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, looking for caller number 3.
Yeah. Were you doing that meaning the amount of times? I thought you meant the year.
Like, no, I meant like the amount of times you and Scott have faced off as announcers.
Gotcha.
Because now it sounds kind of funny if you thought I was trying to do the year. I'm like, hey, I was just one off. That's not that bad. It's a family 4-pack. For more info, visit SactownSports.com. 1-800-920-1140. Yeah, how many times have you?
Wow. Could you have been closer to miss?
I wasn't even looking.
Well, I've been doing the game since 97.
My God.
Yeah.
Sac State was junior college back then. So 26
and Marsh
years.
has worked with Davis that entire time. He's done the play-by-play probably since about 2008, 10, somewhere in there. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Steve Buzzard used to do it for a long time. Yeah, the Buzzman.
The Buzzman.
Yeah.
The other half of my godfathers of radio, you and Steve Buzzard. So this would be Ross versus Ross Marsh Bowl 15.
Somewhere in there, yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys even talk that week? Since you're both voices of Sac State, he UC Davis. Do you guys like avoid each other in the hall?
How dare you? We can't even get close.
No.
Yeah.
No. Nope. You guys are pulling pranks on each other. You're tossed stink
Watch
bombs.
your chair today, Scott.
Is that why he's always rocking? He's looking for something with the wheels.
Yeah.
All right.
We share info. We'll be ready to go.
You share info?
Well, just
what's up, Michigan? What? Jeez.
I'm Connor Stallions.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Well, that'll be fun.
And he's Jose Altuve.
Somebody's winning a family 4-pack right now. Jason Ross, the Kings swept their 3-game homestand, and I got to tell you this. I'm going to go back to, let's see. I'm going to go back to, I want to play a clip. Let me see here. Here we go. This. Right.
Portland, here's Grant, right wing for 3, splash. 32 points for Jeremy Grant. Portland now leads it by 4 at 96-92. Coming to the 8-minute mark here.
I'll do one better. How about this?
It's 105-102. Malik Monk. Hard to believe that he missed that 3-pointer so badly. He's 0 for 6 from downtown. Here's Ayton. He's been the man lately, and he is again.
Okay. I'm playing that clip because that was a DeAndre Ayton floater late in the fourth. Put the Portland Trailblazers up 107-102.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If at that moment you had told me that they wouldn't even have Fox on Friday, but that the Kings were going to sweep their homestand. In other words, they had to come back and win that game. They had to beat Oklahoma City without Fox and then win against Cleveland. I just said, pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side. And they did.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we recognize that, and we're not you and me, but the Royal We fan base, that we're incredibly happy about that. What a great boost onto a 6-game road trip.
Yeah, I think, too. I mean, if we go a week ago today was the day after the second Houston game. We're doing the show on Tuesday morning just going, what is the matter? What happened? Where are these guys? Oh, that was your migraine day. So didn't that feel like a long time ago?
That was a week ago today.
Yeah, and so it's after 2 really disappointing performances. We knew they didn't have Fox. They played so well in the first one against the Warriors, but then 2 in a row were just clunkers. And at that point, Herder was in a bad way. Keegan wasn't shooting the ball well. Sabonis wasn't really thriving, and they came home and kind of found a way through that Portland game, played well against OKC, and they were even better last night. I think last night was one of their most complete performances, and so many side stories. Fox coming back, Coach Brown getting win number 400, but just a really balanced game with season highs all over the score sheet for their offense.
And when you look at, first off, we get it. It's not a big deal, but by percentage points, they're back to first place in the Pacific Division. But they are 6th right now. They're actually a couple points ahead of the Golden State Warriors for the 6th seed, just a half game behind the Thunder. Your top 4 right now, Denver, Dallas, Minnesota, Houston.
Wow.
And another thing that's kind of standing out, again, early returns. Kings are 4-1 at home.
That's big.
Kings are 1-3 on the road. Now, they were tied. I think they were the 2nd best team on the road last year behind Milwaukee. And their home record was just kind of meh. Now early on, now remember those 3 losses, the 2 against Houston and then the Golden State one they almost won. Now they get a chance to go out on the road and really kind of reestablish that road record. But Jason, they got their work cut out for them. They start with perhaps LeBron James, almost certainly Anthony Davis and the Lakers. San Antonio, I mean, it's going to be interesting to face off against Wembanyama, but that they'll be favored there. Dallas has been fantastic.
Surprisingly fantastic.
Really surprisingly fantastic. We spent a lot of time last year, I know I did, talking about I don't know if Luka and Kyrie can work. They're making it work right now. Then you go to New Orleans for 2. And then remember we were talking earlier in the year, and we were talking about how Boston, Philly, and Milwaukee are like the only 3 teams in the NBA, at least that I feel like when we go in there, I actually expect to lose. I forgot about one, and we're going to see them on the road, and that's Minnesota.
Yeah.
Something about I can think of a few things, but between those Twin Towers and Anthony Edwards, who he said before, this is his favorite place to play.
Yeah.
We'll be going to Target Center for this one, but Minnesota just always seems to really give the Kings fits.
They're putting together. Ant has just become one of those guys, a top 10 player in the league. And I think still something that's kind of underreported about the Twins, right, the T-Wolves, the T-Wolves is trading for Conley last year.
Yeah.
I mean, moving off of what they did and got to Conley, he brings that whole thing together. And I just think he's kind of the grown-up on the team. It was just a nice move for them. So just what they've got going, it's a good thing. This is going to be a good measurement trip, but I feel so much better about the way the Kings are playing. And we know that, again, it's 1 week. you feel dramatically better. Kings go from 13th to 6th in a week.
Yep.
And it could go the other way. I mean, the whole West is crowded and murky, but, the Kings just got to worry about themselves.
The Kings have lost 5 of their last 7 to Minnesota. Last year, they had 1 win that was in Minnesota. That was in overtime, 118-111. And you might remember the year before, Minnesota beat them in November, beat them in February, and then the Halliburton-Sabonis trade happened.
Oh, yeah.
And then that first game, that home game, they had a back-to-back on the 8th and 9th at Golden One Center. They ended up winning 132-119, that Sabonis bump. But they did lose, even in the up year last year. They lost to Minnesota 3 or 4 times, and I feel like Minnesota's a better team this year. So this is going to be, Zion's playing in New Orleans.
Yep.
They seem to be trying to figure it out. There ain't a lot of gimmies. I mean, on paper, San Antonio is the only one, but we've also seen San Antonio go into Phoenix and beat them a couple times. So on any given, whatever.
Yeah, the road trip, tone can be set tomorrow with the Lakers, because Lakers play tonight against Memphis. So they have 2 home games in a row, back-to-back nights. Kings will be in the hotel room tonight watching the Lakers play across the street, I guess. So, yeah.
We'll take a break. Nate, during the break, thanks to Jess on the YouTube, I don't know if this is possible. Can you go in and edit the YouTube description? I think Chris was being a little optimistic here. It's the Kings' 3rd game in the winning streak.
What did he put?
Winning streak to 4 games.
Oh. That's actually not Chris. So let's cut him a break.
Oh, who was it?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Who was it?
It wasn't me. I won't say. I won't throw them under the bus.
Well, then
Frankie.
I'm just going to assume it's Joe Giroux. Buck stops with him.
I don't know, man.
I'm going to blame our boss, Steve. He went
Fair.
in. He does the YouTube descriptions. I'm going to choose
I've
to
seen
believe
him get
that.
in there a lot.
The front row of YouTube descriptions. When we come back, what to watch tonight? We've got an in-season tournament night, Group C. Only one team has the night off. Who's that team? You might know them. Find out next.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Don't miss Provember at Lowe's. Save $80 on a DeWalt combo kit and save $20 on a 5-gallon pail of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams all-purpose power primer. Plus, MVP's members earn 3 times the bonus points on DeWalt and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams products. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Bonus points calculated before tax and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 11/22, subject to change.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave letting you know Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room and primetime football location is back. Cap Casino giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Check it out. Capital Casino. And as always, please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call, then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
Just be natural.
Try to roll around in it gracefully and not like a puppy.
Maria's photography studio is zooming into a flurry of projects.
Where did I put that memory card?
She needs an assistant to keep business in focus.
Hang on while I change the external flash. Oh,
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Pro Time at Lowe's. Get big savings and rewards during Provember. Right now, buy one exclusive DeWalt 20-volt Max XR Power Detect 2-tool combo kit. Get one select Power Detect Bear tool free. That's up to a $249 value. And there's more. Save $200 on the DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding miter saw. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 11/22. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Get year-end pricing during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop for great pricing on our entire selection of new CRVs, HRVs, Ridgeline Civics, and Accords. Plus, with low finance and lease options, now's the time to buy. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, or go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Before we get to what to watch, there is a little bit of breaking news if you've been following the story at all. There was a tragic story in England of the hockey player who was killed on the ice, actually pronounced dead later at the hospital, when another player's skate crossed his throat, slashed it, and he bled out, assumedly, on the way to the hospital. Now, the player whose skate slashed Adam Johnson's throat, he was, there were some questions as to, he's kind of a dirty player, and did he do this on purpose? And is this one of those things that, transcends sports? And should there be legal charges? So the England's, police and, whatever they do over there has been investigating, and there has been an arrest made, which really does kind of surprise me, on suspicion of manslaughter now is what they're calling it. Now, that's obviously got to play itself out. I just play an amateur legal analyst here. That's a tough one to prove right there. I mean, you're talking, I don't know what happened. I don't know enough about hockey to even speculate. I just imagine from 50,000 feet. First off, it's a horrible story. Secondly, to prove intent like that on, I watched it once, not knowing what the outcome was. And I can't stress enough, do not seek out the video. It's a guy's skate on the ice going high and across a man's neck. Exactly. And Jason, your reaction times 100 is it's just not, you don't want to see it. I've warned you, don't go looking for it. So that's number one. Number two, how do you prove intent? But one thing that I saw in the article that I did think was interesting, again, I'm not a hockey guy, but this seems like real common sense, is that they're now recommending, and apparently in that league, they will be highly encouraged, but still optional next year, for hockey players to wear neck guards. Mm-hmm. Now, Jason, I understand, hey, people want to ride motorcycles without helmets. You and I, in our very early days as kids, could turn on a hockey game and see hockey players playing without helmets. Right. And now that seems insane. I guess I need somebody from hockey to tell me. I understand if you're wearing like a bulky athletic supporter or shin guards or arm, whatever. I mean, hell, if I was playing hockey, I would go out there in like a tank, basically. But I don't understand what would be wrong with having, and they can make materials these days that are pretty light and that you can't slice through. Right. And you put it on maybe like a necklace that just kind of covers your neck. Again, not a hockey guy, so forgive the ignorance, but why in God's name would neck guards not be mandatory?
I don't know a
people
great
that play
answer for that. Yeah, it seems like it makes pure sense.
How is that? How is that going to affect your play? I mean,
Right.
sure, you got to get used to it,
Like anything.
But I also, I tend to feel the same way every summer now. Last couple summers, at least, we've seen those goofy turtle helmets on the NFL guys, and they've been like the numbers they've been reducing in concussions have been staggering,
And that's the point, right?
and that's
Safety.
the point. But yet, I don't care it doesn't matter how they look. And by the way, once you get the helmet designers going, they're going to make them look cool.
Right.
How is that not mandatory equipment?
Sure seems like it should be.
Anyways, I don't know, man. I'm not a hockey guy, but I got to think putting a stupid like plastic neck bracelet on while you're playing as part of your equipment. I go out there. I definitely don't want to risk ever getting slashed anywhere near my neck by a razor sharp hockey blade.
Right.
So I'm going to go ahead and wear the neck thing, but
Yeah.
I'm not a hockey player. In-season tournament tonight, we told you before the break, everybody's in action in Group C except one team.
Yeah.
That's the Kings.
The Kings, they're 1-0. They can wait and watch and see what happens.
They're leaving. I think they're leaving early this afternoon, flying down to LA. So they'll be there just in time to maybe find a nice sports bar or turn on the hotel room, watch.
Gather together and watch their next.
Yeah, maybe you'll be. I don't know if they do this or not. We'll have to ask someone. I know when we went on the road with them in Portland, like they do some cool setups on like they take over a floor and have food and all that, but. Go be like create a little like mini sports bar in there for the guys, just throw in a couple of TVs, bring some Fire Sticks so you can get your YouTube TV going with your NBA League Pass, order some foods.
Why not?
Why not?
Bond together.
Yeah. Spurs and Thunder 0-1 and 0-2. Thunder lose to the Spurs tonight, Jason. I'm pretty sure they're done.
Oh, for sure.
They're
They might
done.
already be done, but you got the two teams that have lost already competing, so someone's getting another one.
And I'm excited for this one. The Warriors are on a bit of a spin right now, not in a good way. And boy, do I feel terrible for them. And they host the fellow 1-0 Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because they just played the Timberwolves and lost, but now that one was a regular game. This is a regular season game as well, but it's an in-season tournament game. So, yeah, this will be a little wrinkle tonight.
I'm very glad they're playing as quick as they are because I'm all about Anthony Edwards and Draymond Green. Yeah, if you didn't see Draymond talking, yammering, and Anthony.
Draymond was talking?
Yeah, shockingly. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Dunk on you?
Exactly. Dunk on you, win the ball game.
Yeah.
God, I've never rooted for a non-Kings team more in my life probably than I'm rooting for the Timberwolves tonight. I want Anthony Edwards to put 51 on Draymond's gray little beard.
Yeah.
Just beat him by 30. We'll see if a Warrior can score 20 points tonight for the first time ever, not named Curry this season. Also, Mavs at Pelicans. That'll be a good one. Mavericks are an early season juggernaut, if you will. That will be in New Orleans, so a chance to do a little scouting there. New Orleans 4-6, 2-3 at home. They have lost 5 in a row, Jason. Wow. They have lost 5 in a row. Let's just take a quick look deeper.
I hope that gets broken up before the Kings get there.
Yeah, I do too. They lost their last. This is a double with the Mavericks. They lost 136-124. Lost to the Rockets, the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Hawks. Okay, so other than the losing to the Hawks at home, there's a little behind the scenes there. Yeah. Those are, in the Nuggets, Timberwolves, and Mavericks, 3 of the best teams in the Western Conference right now. And then, oh, by the way, the Rockets.
Yeah. So no shame in that.
No shame
at this point.
So, I'm with you. Break that up. As a matter of fact, when we look even more deeper on that, so you got the Mavericks tonight. Really? Yeah, the Mavericks tonight. They're off till Friday, and they play the Nuggets. Then they're off till they got a back-to-back Saturday. They play the Timberwolves, and then the Kings come in to finish out a 6-game homestand, of which they're already 0-1. So the Kings will be the final 2 games of that. That's a rough homestand.
That is a rough homestand.
Dallas twice, Sacramento twice, Denver and Minnesota. Woof.
They got to get it going. Well, hopefully after the Kings, right?
Hopefully, yeah. Get it going against. You know what? You know when your get back game is the Clippers, Friday, November 24th.
Yeah.
Day after Thanksgiving.
Speaking of them, they play. Who do the Clippers play? Denver tonight. Still looking for that first win with James Harden. You're enjoying that.
Did you see the Mavs analyst just ether Harden, and then they took it down.
Oh, they did?
They took it down. Bally Sports took down this guy's
That's too
rant.
bad. It was a good rant.
It was a great rant. They took the rant down because it didn't reflect their ethics and bloody blue whatevers.
Their core values.
Yes, thank you. Their core values. It's like, well, I mean, come on. He didn't like. It wasn't personal.
You sure?
I mean, well, you know what?
Sure seemed like it was.
It's pretty quick here. Why don't you guys speak for yourselves? Here's Brian Damaris on James Harden.
Asked the producer to pipe this into the Clippers locker room so I can talk to you, James. I hope you're taking notes. I'm telling you in advance, you're welcome for the wisdom I'm about to spew. Because, listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you. You wanted a certain coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni. You want to play a certain style, they played it. You wanted Dwight Howard, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. You wanted Chris Paul, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. They brought in your old friend Russell Westbrook. You want to go to Vegas on off days? They looked away. You wanted the team to stay over so you could go out at night. They changed the schedule, and it didn't work. And you know what? You said, I'm going to break up with my whoopee. Not good enough. I see the bright lights in New York. I want to go there. My old pal, Kevin Durant. It's going to work. The big three. And all after 1 year, you wanted out. You realized, oh, my gosh, I took this guy for granted, the guy that believed in me. I went back with Daryl Morey. They traded Ben Simmons for you. How did they pull that off? And you know what? You went there, and you got a partner who got the MVP. He won the MVP. And what did you say afterwards? You said, they didn't hand me the reins. You're the point guard. You're holding the reins. And what did you do when you had the reins? You scored 9 points in Game 7 against Boston. You blew
a little bit of a Jerry Seinfeld tone to him, though. Listen.
a 3-2 series lead. So they fired their coach. Not good enough. You broke up with the guy believing you again. You said, the bright lights of L.A., that's where I want to go. Let's see if that works. Listen, James, have you ever had those friends who had bad roommates? Over and over, they complained about their bad roommates. This guy's terrible. The bad roommate here. They never thought to be self-aware enough that they're the bad roommate. They're the problem. Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team. There's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard. You're not the system. You're the problem.
You're a bad roommate.
Telling you, man.
Why on the roommate?
It's a very Seinfeld-esque tone to him. So, yeah, by the way, I don't know why they put the music behind it. It's annoying.
It was intense.
I
You
mean,
guys weren't. Flood wasn't boiling?
I didn't need.
It was simmering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have been boiling without the music. Either way, what are they I could understand if like the Mavericks were worried that, I don't know, maybe some future dealings with James Harden. What are they going to want? James Harden? Put him with Luka and Kyrie.
What could go wrong?
I would love that. Put him. See if the Clippers will trade him for a second-round pick to Dallas. You think they do that deal? Luka, Kyrie, and James Harden.
How long does he have to wait till he's traded again?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Until some other NBA GM decides to sniff paint. And who knows when that could happen, pal. It's a long season.
You think Daryl Morey will take him back?
No.
I don't think so.
I feel like there's a love affair there between those two.
I'm not. I don't think James Harden has any value right now. I'm not joking when I say that. Like, I know last year was kind of, a joke. It's not I don't think he has any. Maybe some like crap ball bottom feeder team would take him just to sell some tickets. But I think he has negative value. It's almost like you have to throw something in with him. He's a salary dump at this point. The most empty calories Pringle can in the history of the NBA. Look at his numbers. They're insanely good. But he's not great. You ever have those roommates? When we come back, we'll cross talk with Styles and Watkins, celebrity birthdays, and more. Don't go away. We're right back.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports, at SactownSports.com.
Carmichael Dave here telling you something you already know. Your time is important, and that's why at American Energy Heating and Air, they make shopping for a furnace easy with their new online quoting tool. Just go to AmericanEnergyAir.com, get an instant quote today. That'll help you determine what system you need to get and provide the best pricing options as well from the comforts of your home. Here's the thing. Nobody's going to come to your home. Nobody will come to your home. That's convenience. Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be, or if you want, give them a call and talk through what your needs are. Call 916-520-9990 today, 916-520-9990, or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
I'm a Vietnam veteran.
I always knew that I was going to join the military.
My grandfather pulled out his own military uniform and actually let me put it on.
The greatest thing you could ever do in your life is to change and impact the world around you.
Anybody that has ever served in the military has that sense of serving others.
I wanted to keep the people of the United States safe.
Being a veteran comes with a responsibility.
My role is being a protector.
We're born a proud country. We need to keep it that way. Boot Barn.
Gobble, gobble, folks. It's that time of year again when the leaves fall, and so do the prices at Elk Grove Kia. We're bringing you Thanksgiving early with deals that'll make your wallet say thanks. This fall, our lot is stuffed with the latest Kia models, and we've carved out incredible savings. Get your hands on a brand new Kia with Elk Grove Kia's award-winning reliability and service you can trust, unlike your auntie's dodgy broccoli casserole. Don't wait until the turkey's on the table. Come to Elk Grove Kia and feast on the best deals this fall. And don't worry if you have challenged credit. Our finance team has over 100 years of experience. They may or may not have even helped a pilgrim or two get qualified. So hurry on down to Elk Grove Kia, where the prices are falling faster than Uncle Bob falls asleep in front of the football game at Thanksgiving. It's the Thanksgiving sale going on now at Elk Grove Kia, located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com. Elk Grove Kia, where the only thing bigger than our savings is our gratitude for our amazing customers.
Elk Grove Kia.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad that those arch supports are in my shoes. I have terrible foot issues that prevented me from really having a normal life with my kids. With the Good Feet arch supports, man, I'm always ready. My kids actually got to enjoy me in the yard more, racing each other, backpedaling, teaching them some things, being a dad. If I had known about the Good Feet arch support earlier, I would have more than one championship. I would have 2 championship rings.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. The sewer system. It's probably the last thing on your mind. And that's okay, because at Sac Sewer, it's our first priority. As the region's largest sewer utility, we own and maintain thousands of miles of sewer pipe. And it's our job to get to your sewer problem before it interrupts your life. Whether you've got a slow drain or a backup, call us first, day or night, at 916-875-6730. Sac Sewer. It's a dirty job, but we're happy to do it.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah! Woo! It's a win streak Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Like our YouTube description said, the Kings won 4 in a row.
Maybe they're looking ahead.
Not quite. How are you, Alan?
Outstanding. How are you?
Wow. Good.
Yeah. It's Tuesday. You know? It's a great Tuesday.
I'm good. Counting down to holidays. Big Thanksgiving guy, more for the family than the food, but the food's fun too. Go to, we'll have this conversation closer. We'll, trust me, you're new here, but I'm sure all stations do this. We're going to have food conversations.
Of course.
But I'm gone next week, so we'll have to do it this week.
Okay.
Go-to side dish. Could be a tradition, could be just normal.
Man, that is tough.
Thanks.
You know, I would love to say mac and cheese, but I have mac and cheese so often throughout the year that I don't think I can. So it's going to be between sweet potatoes, yams, and stuffing.
To be clear, when you say mac and cheese, you're talking about like actual homemade casserole dish.
No Marie Calendar.
No Marie Calendars, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
my wife makes a mean mac and cheese. There's usually a battle between my wife and my little sister for the best mac and cheese. And
so there's two different mac and cheeses.
No, my wife won, so it's over now.
It's been decided.
Yeah,
what's that mean? Why not both?
Yeah, that's true. But now, no, you can. My sister can utilize her skill set on something else.
Is it fat of me that every Thanksgiving we have a ton of extra mac and cheese? And so what I do is I go get 2 cans of Campbell's nacho cheese in the can. And then, because have you ever noticed reheating mac and cheese, it dries it out?
Sure.
So I put a tiny little, like a couple of spoonfuls on top when I reheat it and mix it in to moisten it.
I normally just a little bit of water.
A little bit of water. Sour cream works too.
Yeah.
Alan, you should tell the people what you're doing for the Thanksgiving turkey, because you put me on game. I've told like so many people about this, and I had no idea.
No, last year I did turkey from scratch from the first time, but I don't know if I'm going to
turkey.
Yeah, from scratch.
Yes.
Yeah. Katniss Everdeen style.
A farm in Alameda, by the way.
Wow.
No, well, no, I did. A couple of years ago, we started doing. I think it started with the pandemic. Popeyes does the Cajun turkey, and last year did it myself, but this year I don't think I'm going to have the energy. So I told Chris, oh, yeah, I'm looking at this Popeyes chicken. Me and my family are going to figure out if we're going to get it. And Chris goes, Popeyes does a turkey? Yeah.
They have a Thanksgiving turkey you can get delivered for $100.
Shut the
and it's
front
a
door.
Cajun-style turkey.
Yeah, it's very good.
Made
like
by Popeyes.
Good size turkey?
Yeah.
It's not like a great value size turkey.
I mean, if you got 10 people, I don't know, but 6 and unders, you're solid.
Deliver it.
Incredible.
I've always wondered, because like
biscuits.
If you can get that.
Great call.
These come with water for the biscuits.
Exactly.
Because you see it like Rayleigh's, and even Winco does this now, where you can get like a whole. I did that one year in a gym. Like I was in a gym, I was traveling. I got back Thursday morning, and I did one of those like $109 for. Oh, I was wondering if my screen had porn on it or something. You're looking.
It does.
I'm wondering. Like it was like $109 for like the turkey meal and all that. But then you get it, and it's like 2 cans of beans, a thing of like Pillsbury biscuits you got to cook. That sounds interesting, the Popeyes.
Yeah. So what's your side dish, your go-to? So I'll land, again, I'll land on the sweet potatoes just because, not that I have a lot of stuffing often. It's tough, but I don't like to sit on the fence, so I'll go sweet potato.
My go-to, and it's controversial. I understand it, but I don't care. It's my go-to, so back off, is green bean casserole. I love green bean casserole. I love it. I understand it's like when you ask questions on Twitter. I understand I'm going to get some arrows thrown at me. Thrown at me? Shot at me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
But I like
with that arrow.
But I love mac and cheese too.
Okay.
Big mac and cheese guy.
Mac and cheese for sure.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes, though, gets a bad rap. You know,
You're
I think
100% right.
It's just because it's not
They're
appealing,
so good.
but it's just, it really ties everything
We have
together.
so many leftover mashed potatoes. We put them in Ziploc freezer bags, so we have these rectangles of frozen mashed potatoes. We just pull them out during the year. And I come from a very, very diverse family. We have pretty much every ethnicity, race, color, creed, religion that shows up. And where I'm so blessed is that everyone's got their own specialties that I probably would not have been exposed to if not. So my cousin Tantra does the macaroni and cheese, and it does not matter. She gets it from my Uncle Leon, her dad, who's passed away a few years ago. I'll never get it right. I have the recipe. I have everything. I'll never get it right. There's something weird about when old people make things and you try to mimic the recipe and it doesn't happen. Jason comes from culinary royalty. So let's ask him. One of the most famous culinary families in the entire United States he married into.
He's very lucky for that.
Very lucky for that.
It's all sides to me.
Yeah.
The only reason I have any turkey is because of one more side to put just a little bit of gravy on it. I just get like the smallest piece of turkey because I want all of the sides.
I agree with Jason. Turkey's overrated.
That's what I was going to go. You know
should
what?
not be the main feature.
I think turkey gets a bad rap. You eat it once a year, and it's good.
Yeah, I
Is
enjoy
it
it.
good? Unless you go to Disneyland and have the big old turkey leg.
Oh,
That I don't believe I do.
When people walk around with that thing,
it's great.
How old is your little one?
Top 10.
She's almost 7 months.
So you've had the turkey leg before, right?
I actually haven't.
Okay, good.
I haven't either.
Because let me tell you something. I learned a couple years ago when I was in California's Great Adventure, whatever the stupid name is, the turkey leg, and you'll notice there's a corner with benches right next to the place that sells the turkey legs, and I never realized this until I became part of the club. That is the dad corner of Disneyland. I was surrounded by fellow dads while the kids were out. They'd had a rough day. We all looked like we were like Band of Brothers, like we'd just been through a war. And we're sitting there bent over, eating our turkey legs. Juice is dripping all over the place. It's on our shoes. 700 napkins. We don't care. Just eating this turkey leg that is unlike any turkey leg you've ever had.
Is it good?
It almost, and you'll agree with me when you eat it, it sounds weird, it almost tastes like ham. It's brined, it's pink, they actually do grow their own turkey specifically for these legs, and it's the most unique turkey leg I've ever had, and it's, by the way, probably the most cost efficient thing you can buy. It is a meal.
Okay.
It is a meal.
Okay.
How can you not be manly? I've got a turkey leg in my hand. Bring me the mead. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Oh, by the way, Jason, today is National Seatbelt Day. I just wanted to mention that. Wear your damn seatbelt.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, that's it. Back to you.
Happy birthday on this November 14th to, King Charles now. King Charles.
King
Charles. He's a king.
King Charles is
600. Is this a living king?
No, he passed away a few years ago. Charles. He would have been 72 today. Yes, it's the current king.
He was just crowned king.
He was just crowned like months ago when Elizabeth passed.
My bad.
Nate doesn't strike me as someone who follows the royals.
You should know that he's alive.
I'm not a political guy.
72.
Okay.
74.
Okay. Nate's going to get the age right.
78.
79.
Alan for the win, 75.
Wow, well done.
There you go.
Doesn't that suck? You've been waiting your whole life to become king. You finally become king, and you're going to probably die soon. You're 75.
Happy birthday to Condoleezza Rice.
One of the most famous members of Augusta National. That's how that's what I think of Condoleezza Rice. I'm very jealous of her.
Is she still in charge of college football? Weren't they wasn't she in charge of like the selection committee or something?
She didn't get interviewed for the Cleveland Browns job. Was that a real thing?
It was.
Yeah. She actually and she's actually a family friend. We talked last night. She's 72.
Oh, you're going to the party.
Aunt Condi. I call her. 72.
70.
I was gonna say like 65.
Well, say it.
I'll say it.
Say with your chest.
66.
66.
Again, not a political guy. 68.
We've got a tie between Alan and Nate. 69. Yeah. Happy birthday to former king, the L Train, Lionel Simmons.
The inventor of Nintendonitis. Number 7 pick out of LaSalle. Remember Nintendonitis?
Yes. Is that what Nintendo found? Right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Let me do some math here. He's 58. Probably off by 10 years, but 58.
61.
I think I am off by
60.
I'll say 68.
Dave, you're the closest. 55.
55.
Ryan Simmons.
I was off by 3 years.
Happy birthday
I
to...
added 10 to yours.
Let's see. Let's go with Kurt Schilling, America's favorite.
Oh, boy.
Whatever it is, he's too old. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No.
Be older.
I don't know what
Nate, you're not political. It's okay.
You're not political. In this case,
I'm going to take a back seat to this.
Kurt Schilling, one of the worst humans on the planet, is 58. Unfortunately.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
52.
Yeah, I'll say 55.
60.
Dave for the win, 57.
Wow.
How about Devontae Smith, former Heisman Trophy winner, current Eagle?
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Alan.
No,
Okay.
no.
Go ahead, Alan.
Okay.
We don't want to piggyback on you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
23.
Dang. 22.
Too young. You guys are way too young.
Way too young.
I'll say 26.
He's 20. He's actually 24.
Too young.
Tie between you two. He's 25.
Yeah. Come on, y'all.
Is that it?
Let's see. You want Travis Barker, Josh Duhamel?
Travis Barker.
Duham.
How do you say it? Duhamel?
Is it
Duhamel?
Duhamel?
I don't know.
Dumal, right?
Patrick
Dumal.
Warburton.
Oh, Vikings fan.
Francisco
Sure.
Lindor, T.Y. Hilton, Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Those are all great.
They were great. Throw anyone you want out.
Okay, let's do
T.Y.'s.
T.Y. Hilton.
He's a smooth 34.
I feel like I looked up what TY stands for, and I was incredibly
No,
upset.
you know what it stands for? This is a true story. Thank you. His full name is Thank You Hilton, which I actually think is pretty cool. Anytime somebody says his mom would say thank you.
T.Y. Hilton's name is Eugene Marquise Hilton.
That's what they say on if you want to
Why?
believe Wikipedia.
Why?
I think it stands for he's 32 years old.
I'm going to say 36.
It stands for the year is 35.
We have a correct answer.
Yeah.
Alan.
What's coming up on the show? Music's out. We're in your time now, but what's coming up today, guys?
Are we actually allowed to do it? Okay. Chris
I might
Biederman at 11 o'clock. We're going to do Beamin' or Dreamin' as well. And really just go all throughout this Kings game and parcel through all the good and the bad.
What's Beamin' or Dreamin'?
Well, it's every day, or not every day, but after every big Kings win, we figure out the pulse of everybody, trying to figure out if you're beaming, if you feel like the Kings are on track to repeat or exceed the success of last year. Dreaming as if you're only dreaming of that level of success.
And Dave, guess who thought of that segment?
Who?
The guy who hates the beam.
Wow. Because you're dreaming
Cover
of it.
up.
You're dreaming of getting rid of it someday.
Life is but a bitter circle.
All right. And Allen's Warriors playing tonight. Tough game in the cup match. They're coming up right after this. Bye-bye now.
Will Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers brass go all the way this season?
Could the Niners win their first Super Bowl since 1995?
Join us throughout the season